Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into Valor Knights Football, where this evening your Knights play host to the Knights of Faith Academy as they travel to Waco here this evening. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Ben Brown, as always, with you, joined by Coach Jared Nazarian today. And Coach Naz, how does a 5-0 start boost the confidence of this club relating to momentum?
Well, Ben, first off, just thanks for having me tonight. This is exciting to be here. Friday night football. Yeah, momentum is a real thing in sports, and the Valor Knights are 5-0, and they want to do anything they can to keep that streak alive and keep that perfect season going for the rest of the season.
Yeah, indeed they do, and it's certainly on the table. I mean, we've seen how this team has played. They've had one close game and another game that was just a hard-fought game. But other than that, really, they've really done a great job handling the opponents they've had. And looking at the schedule, I mean, there's a legitimate chance this team goes undefeated.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited for them. The thing that stands out to me with this team is the depth. They've got from front to the end, they've got a great depth, and I'm excited to see them compete tonight.
Yeah, they have a lot of depth, added a lot of key freshmen that have played impactful minutes here, and as the coin toss ends, looks like we're just about ready for the national anthem. And so we will step aside here for a moment. When we come back, it's Valor Knights Football. It'll be live with the kickoff. We'll be right back.
Remove your hats and join us in tonight's prayer and the playing of our national anthem.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for coming out and supporting. Let's bow our heads. Lord, you are good. You are the giver of every good and perfect gift. Community, football, charity, and all the support for family, friends, education, and even a healthy competition. We pray for the coaches, for the athletes, for the refs, that they would be safe, that it would be a good and competitive and wholesome game, and that you be lifted up in this process. Thank you for providing. Thank you for all the work that you're doing in our lives and for us. And may you bring this up for us in Jesus' name. Amen.
Hey, what's the channel for the? Hey, we listened to him on the radio last week, and we were so impressed. What's the state? How can I get it to my parents? What's the website? On YouTube at Valor Prep. You are phenomenal.
Really
You are.
good.
We
really,
were
really
just.
Good.
You need
So
anything from
impressed.
us? We'll go get it for you. You tell us.
Great national anthem there, and we are just about ready for live Valor football as we come to you from Paul Tyson Field here on the campus of Waco High, and great facilities here as always as we are about ready under the lights here. Let's give you a weather check. As of right now, 86 degrees at about 7:30 p.m. in Waco, Texas. And we'll see what the temps keep going. Looks like dropping low 80s, high 70s throughout the night. Once again, Coach Naz live joins us here on the broadcast from the booth. Coach, we're about ready for football.
Yeah, it's about kickoff time, Ben, and it's going to be a good game tonight. Looks like Valor's going to receive, and so we're going to hopefully go down the field and get us a touchdown to start this game.
Yes, we will. Confidence is key, and we'll see what the Knights are able to come out here on this first drive with. We see some squibs in six-man. We see some deep kicks. We see a squib here, and Matthew Schlappe falls on it for the Knights. It'll be first down and 15 upcoming. That's one of the six-man rule changes. It's different than 11-man. It's a 1st and 15 on every series instead of 1st and 10. It's an 80-yard field with shrunk boundaries, and then your traditional two-point conversion is worth 1, and the kicking attempt is worth 2. So those are the main differences between 6-man and 11-man high school football. And here we go as Bear getting set to lead this Knights offense out all-district quarterback last year, and he's done a great job with this unit. Duke motions into the backfield. Bear takes the snap, drops back, looking over the middle, now looking sideline, short side. Duke with the catch, and lowers the shoulder for about 12. Nice pitch and catch to start the game.
Yeah, beautiful pass from Bear to Duke just to get the game going.
Yep, those quick throws to start the game are always important. You want to get some momentum, as we talked about at the top of the broadcast, and we'll see if they're able to carry that throughout the game. Bear takes the high snap, looking deep. Parker Jones down the sideline, incomplete, overthrew his man. Would have had a touchdown if he could have put it in there, but a deep throw ends up incomplete, and that'll bring up third down and about 4 here as we are just underway. We have the Heart of Texas Fair in the background beyond the far end zone here at Paul Tyson, so lots of lights on display in for that. Here's a high throw caught by Connor on the near side. Good for the first down and more. About 15 yards on the catch. Only needed 5. Moves the sticks, and the Knights have a first down and 15 once again. Knights wearing white helmets with the royal blue tops and royal blue pants. Faith Academy of Bellville wearing blue helmets, gray tops, and gray pants. Bear rolls out, fires high, throw end zone, incomplete, as Bennett Herman was the intended target. But throw was high and over the head of the intended target. Brings up second down.
Yeah, Ben, the Knights look good. On offense, Bear looks a little bit like he's excited out there. We've got some open receivers. Hopefully he'll catch one of these here in the next few plays.
Yeah, Bear was not as on point last week as he's shown he can be, but hoping to bounce back here in this one. Short throw, far side, Bennett Herman with the catch for about 8 yards, and it brings up third down, but we do have a penalty marker down. Offsides on the defense, and we'll see if the Knights accept the penalty. It looks like they will. Penalties are sometimes hard to tell from up here, but sometimes you just have to wait, see where the official spots the ball, and he does so at the 15-yard line. So Knights need 15 yards to score. They need about 10 for the first down, and as we mentioned, our officials, want to give them a shout-out. Always appreciate our officials doing these games, and we just really appreciate their services. Here's Duke on a jet sweep, running far side, touchdown for the Knights. So we'll give him a rushing touchdown on the play, and the Knights have an early 6-0 lead.
Yeah, James Hoagland had a great block on the outside to free up Duke. Way to go, Knights, getting that first touchdown of the game. Yeah,
Knights have done a really good job this year scoring first, and they do so here on their first possession. 6-2, 9:16 first quarter left to play here on this evening. We're back on a Friday this week after a Thursday night last week, back into the rhythm of Friday and at home. Here's James with the hold. Matthew Schlappe line drive. Kick is good, so through the uprights for Matthew. He's back today as he was unable to play last week due to a quad issue, but he is back today, and he is 1 of 1 so far on kicks.
It's a great start for the Knights, Ben. The boys look excited, engaged on the sidelines, and they're ready to take their first defensive snap.
Yes, it is. Knights come into this game ranked highly from sixmanfootball.com, ranked 50th in the state. According to Max Preps, they are 20th in the state and 71st nationally in the six-man rankings. So Knights getting some well-deserved attention there. And if you're around this team, around this coaching staff, there's belief they can go even higher. And obviously the goal is to go win state. That's the goal they have their eyes set on, looking for an undefeated year. 5-0 off to a good start already. And only in their second year as a varsity program, this is a unit that can be really, really good, scary good. And we'll see how they're able to finish out the year. Kick is away from Matthew Schlappe. High kick, bounces into the end zone. He is a very good kicker for this six-man Valor team, and it's out the end zone. Ball will come out to the 20 for Faith Academy.
Yeah, Ben, quick note. We got a great team, athletic, talented bunch, but also just a great coaches. And shout out to Coach Bird for getting that midseason Dave Campbell Coach of the Year, midseason Coach of the Year. He's doing a phenomenal job coaching these boys.
Yeah, he is. In case you have not heard, Valor's been great about it. But Coach Bird winning the Dave Campbell's football midseason Coach of the Year, and he's done a great job with this program in its second year, and also as an athletic director puts in countless hours and does a great job as always. Here's a handoff up the middle, sneaky play there. Handoff goes to Jackson Dunn, and Dunn up the sideline for about 13. It was kind of a fake pitch to the far side, and then came back up the middle. Dunn with a great run there, and rather they're going to give him a first down, so that moves the chains as he's across midfield to the Knights 39. And it's a first down and 15 for Faith Academy.
Yeah, Ben, interesting idea to go with a trick play almost at the first play of the game, but it worked, and they got 15 yards out of it.
Yeah, it was real. That was a clever play. I mean, not that's the same level, but last week when we saw Baylor play Oklahoma State pulled out the whole bag of tricks to beat a good Baylor, or to hang with a good Baylor team, so we'll see if Faith Academy pulls out some trick plays here as well. Here's a pitch. This one more traditional, and we've got flags. Looked like it may have been a horse collar tackle in there. Bennett Herman in there on the stop. Handoff went to Josh Stark, the senior, but we will await the penalty here. Personal foul, face mask on the Knights. So penalties not what you want to see from this squad, but every team deals with that, and the Knights will have to bounce back from that as this grants Faith Academy a first down, as they will move the ball all the way down to the Knights 21. It'll be first down and 15. Once again, I want to say thanks to Coach Nas for joining us on the broadcast tonight. And the sun's just about down. This is going to be a great atmosphere tonight. And under the lights, Friday night football, there certainly are worse places to be on a Friday night.
Yeah, it's great to be here, Ben. Thanks for having me.
Indeed. Okay, here we go. Faith Academy in the shotgun from their own 21. It's a handoff. Stark again. Stark up the middle and bottled up by a horde of Knights. Stampede, whatever you want to call them. Seth Flowers leading the charge there. See also Connor McFarling in there on the stop as well. And if you're looking for improvement, I think the unit I've been most impressed with is the defense so far this year. And if you've seen any of the games, if you've listened to any of the games, you know how good and how tough this defense is. Just getting after it, and obviously reps in practice each day going against this really good offense. Just a really well-oiled machine, and the scary thing is they're still getting better.
Yeah, and it's impressive, Ben, that we've got 3 freshmen starting on defense this year. We got a lot of upcoming great football players to come.
Yes, we do. Handoff up the middle. This is trouble, and that trouble means touchdown for Faith Academy. About a 20-yard run there for Jackson Dunn up the middle. So he had a really nice first drive there for Faith Academy. 2 carries for probably a combined 40 yards there just about, and did score a touchdown. So Josh Stark gets a touchdown on the ground, and that makes the score 8-6 with 7:27 left first quarter. And the way both of these teams have come out today firing, this is going to be a fun one.
Ooh, yeah, Stark looks like he's a speedy guy. He's going to be trouble for the Knights. We're going to have to contain him the rest of the way.
Yeah, Stark, line drive kick. Official had to duck there, and as it is incomplete, or the kick is no good, rather, and our score remains 8-6. I said Stark there. Actually, that was Jackson Dunn. So Dunn and Stark both getting a lot of carries in this one. So those look to be their 2 main runners. Dylan Olivares has come out in as the quarterback so far, so we'll see if they throw it a bunch tonight or if Jackson Dunn and Josh Stark take their running snaps. But they looked good on that first drive, and this is a good Knights team. So if you're going to score on them, you better be good.
Yeah, Ben, it's already lining up like it's going to be maybe similar to last year's game where there was a record total points, and so who knows if we're going to have another record tonight.
Indeed, that was the first away game I had called for the Knights, and so that was a fun one. about a 3-hour-long game. Went back and looked at the broadcast timestamp today. About a 3-hour-long game there in Bellville, Texas, at Faith Academy's field, and it was a combined Texas 6-man state record for points scored in a game. I believe the final score was something like 148 to 112, something along those lines. There were a lot of points put up, and maybe we won't see as many this game, but hey, if we get a shootout, I mean, it can be fun. The Knights have put up 74 on Allen Academy this year. I think that's the most they put in a game. They also put their first game was 68 against Prince of Peace. That was a fun one. Came down to the final seconds. So this Knights team, I mean, it's a roller coaster, but it's a fun roller coaster, and Coach Bird is ready for it, whatever it is.
Yeah, and Ben, that's one of the reasons why I love 6-man football. Lots of points scored, and really you just got to make a couple stops to really make a difference. Yeah,
it often does come down to the defensive stops, and it's a fun game. It's a little bit different than 11-man, but still lots of fun, and great to see the boys fight out there. Here's a pass complete to Connor McFarling, trying to get out of an ankle tackle, unable to do so, but he's got the first down for about 17 yards, just past midfield. First down, Knights. Connor with the grab there, moves the chains, and this offense is humming. First down and 15 from the 38. Of Faith Academy. Here's a pitch. Seth Flowers running right, tough and speedy. Seth makes one man miss and then powers ahead for a 20-yard gain. First down again, so the Knights offense really humming here, and that's inside the 25. First down and 15 to go, just moving the chains, and that's something about 6. Oh, well, they may mark him short here, so 2nd and 1, never mind, but moving the chains is very important in 6-man. The good teams are able to get first downs, and here's a fumble on the handoff. Flag comes in late, but not sure who recovered, but boy, that was almost disastrous.
Yeah, it looks like Valor recovered it, but interested to hear what this penalty is.
Yes, indeed. So, let's see. Looks like holding on the Knights. So, but it does appear you were right. So, Knights do keep possession. So, they do keep possession, but they will lose substantial yards. Back to the 34. So the Bellville 34 is where the Knights will play from. 2nd down and about 13 as we'll replay the down. Bear alone in the shotgun. Snap count, tried to get the defense to jump. They do not do so, and now we're going to get whistles and a timeout as it appears Faith Academy of Bellville will take the timeout. Faith Academy comes in at 2-2, so not the greatest record, but teams on any given week are a hard opponent, and you got to take care of business every week no matter what the cost.
Yeah, absolutely, Ben. And even as we've seen these first couple drives, Valor trying to go fast, and a lot of times that can be successful, but as we just saw in the last play, had a little fumble there, so we got to be careful when we're moving fast. Yes, as far as today goes, this weekend goes, homecoming weekend for the Valor family. So we see the alumni tent down there beyond the end zone off to our right. See some former alumni down there, and great that they're able to come back here on homecoming and celebrate. Also had a pep rally today, had some fun games in that, and then a homecoming dance tomorrow night as well. So a whole weekend of festivities for the Knights. Also great to see two Knights athletics members back. Coach Martin back on the sidelines as the head trainer after the birth of her baby. And then Coach Foy also back out there tonight for a little bit. Great to see him and both of them with their babies. And great to see the Valor community grow. And hopefully someday they can become future Knights as well. Absolutely. I'm sure Coach Bird is probably the happiest guy out here. He's got his staff back tonight. He does indeed. Coach Arp, Coach Christ, Coach Kelly doing a really great job on that coaching staff, filling in and helping while they are down a man. But this is a great unit, great coaching unit, and as Coach Bird won the award, well deserving of that, and really happy for him. Yep, quality coach, Ben, but even a better person. Indeed. I've always appreciated Steven's friendship and just the way that he conducts himself. He's a great man. Yeah, when you step onto the field, he means business, but
I was on his baseball team last year, and he's just a funny guy. He's fun to be around, loves to make jokes, but is serious about it. And I think when you've got a coach who really loves the Lord and is also able to make jokes and but be dialed in for a game, that's when you've got a really special coach, and Coach Bird certainly does that.
Absolutely.
Yep. Quick pass over the middle intended for Connor. A diving attempt is incomplete as the pass falls down to the turf, and it brings up, I believe, third down. Looks like third down and about 13. Connor was open but overshot his man a little bit, did Bear, and we'll see if the Knights are able to rebound here on third. See Aiden Murray getting the start out there at center. He's been the primary center this year. Bear rolling, fires. James with a catch, first down Knights. He makes a man miss and then is tripped up by the turf monster there. Goes down with a flag as well. Near the end of the play, let's see what this is about. Knights unit is walking backwards.
Yeah, I think they're going to get Connor with a block in the back towards the end of the play. This one's probably coming back, Ben.
Yeah, it does look like it's coming back. Connor, he's gotten a lot better in the offseason, stronger, but sometimes you have to rein in that strength a little bit. But the Knights, I believe they'll replay the down. Let's see what the officials rule. But it was a really nice play to James with the catch. This Knights offense is probably the it's hard to say they're the strong point of this team because the defense is so good. But really, when you can say the strong point of the team is both sides, that's when you know you've got a good team.
Yep. Again, depth on this team is phenomenal.
Yes.
From the first player to the 18th player, these guys could all play, and it's exciting to watch them.
Yep, so here we go. It will be first down. So first down and about 20 maybe from the Bellville Knights, about 25 here, or 35 rather. Here's a deep shot, incomplete for Bennett. Knights taking a lot of deep passes down the field. This is an interesting strategy. We've seen them take some deep shots throughout the year, but here tonight being very aggressive out there. We've also seen some tempo. So Knights clearly have a game plan that's just go out there and be faster than this Bellville Knights team, but credit to the opposing Knights, they've responded. Here's a snap, second down, quick pass, screen pass, James Hoagland, a good tackle there from number 8, Michael Satterwhite, the sophomore for Bellville. He makes the tackle, limiting James to a 3-yard gain or thereabouts. So ball on the Bellville 31. Knights need to get it to the 19. Third down and about 11 or 12 here to play on this evening. Lights have just about taken full effect as the Heart of Texas Fair with all its grandeur out there beyond the end zone. This is the first night of the fair, I believe, and I've been there a lot when I was younger. It's got some fun moments in my heart, but all the lights very interesting and great to see the beyond the end zone. Here's a pass far side, incomplete. Brings up fourth down and long. So the Knights having trouble on this drive. I believe a pair of penalties have set them back, but also just some incomplete passes that they could hit on.
Yeah, Bear got rushed on that last play, and it was just a tough throw to make it complete.
Yeah, that is a dynamic of six-man. You see the blitzes are interesting, how coaches decide to drop or bring guys. Deep pass. It is Duke. Oh, and he caught it. What a play for a touchdown. The Knights with a deep shot to Duke as a defender a little bit slow to get up. Hope he's okay. But a deep post over the middle that Duke reeled in, had to kind of leap, and on fourth down, that's a massive play.
Great throw, great catch. Valor Knights, fourth down touchdown. Let's go, Knights.
Indeed, Duke's been a key target here on the year as he comes into this game with 19 catches for 301 yards and 5 touchdowns. That's his 6th touchdown of the year, and Matthews trying to add 2 more to this 14-6 lead with 5:36 in the first. His kick is up and good, so a strong start for Matthew. He is 2 of 2 on the kicking front, and the Knights respond there following what looked like a drive that maybe would stall. They come out and score, and overcoming adversity is something Coach Bird's teams do really well.
Yeah, absolutely, Ben. That was an important play, important to keep the momentum going, and also don't want to say, you know, don't want to underestimate the importance of a good kicker.
Yeah,
that could come down to be a factor of this game. Matthews got 2 for 2. Those count for 2 points each. It's important.
They do. Last year had an overtime game in the playoffs against Christian Heritage. of Longview, and it was a 2-point game. I believe it was in overtime. And yeah, I mean, when you win by 2, I mean that's a kick or 2 away from winning or losing a game. Special teams so important in close games, and Matthew's only gotten better since he started kicking last year. Knights getting set to kick it off here to Faith Academy. See James, Seth, Cannon, Matthew, Parker Jones out there, and maybe River as well on special teams. Kick is fielded by Faith Academy. They will run it back. Hesitation move, but then going nowhere as at about the 10. The Knights coverage unit gets in there. Cannon Smith, also the kicker Matthew Slappy in there on the tackle. So the returner is brought down at the Knights, or at the Knights 10-yard line, but it's the Bellville Knights 10-yard line. So they'll have to go 70 yards if they want a touchdown here on this drive. 5:28 to play first quarter, 16-6. Valor leads by 10. First drive was a lot of running the ball for Faith Academy of Bellville. We'll see what they do on this one. Here we go, quarterback in the shotgun. I believe that's Dylan Olivares. He takes the snap. It is Olivares. Handoff. Still have not thrown a pass in this game. And the handoff goes for 5 before a hard push by the Knights defensive line drives them back to the 15. So about 5 yards there on a first down. But if you get 5 yards on every play, you're going to get a first down.
Yeah, Ben, I think we're going to see a big dose of number 12 this game. He's running fast and running hard for Faith Academy. Yeah,
Jackson Dunn has been really good in this one. Several carries already in this one. Also seen Josh Stark in there as well. But the 2 seniors clearly playing impactful snaps here. And Olivares has yet to throw a pass. So we'll see if that remains the game plan. Maybe some play action. We'll see. Playbook's open. Second down, here is a pass. Olivares looking, he's got time, fires deep. Oh, and it's incomplete. Oh my goodness, a deep pass. Nearly a touchdown if he'd caught it. May have been able to run all the way as the pass was to the Knights about 30 in there, but dropped incomplete on the deep shot. But that was a good play, and Parker Jones also nearly had the pick.
Yeah, that's Jackson Dunn yet again, Ben. He had it in his hands, dropped it at the last minute. Parker Jones there on the tackle, ready to tackle him if he caught it.
Yeah, PJ leads the team in interceptions, 3 of them from his safety position. He's been a really nice addition to this team, playing that deep safety position and providing the secondary with a lot of stability back there on deep throws. Luke Curtis, also a DB who's played a lot of defense. He's done well as well. Third down and about 10 in their own territory, Faith Academy. Here's a handoff. Looks like Dunn again, but a strong tackle from Luke, it looks like. Luke on the tackle, driving him out of bounds for a limited gain, about 2. They'll give him 3 yards on the play. And so that brings up 4th down and about 6, as looks like where they'll spot it. But 6 yards is manageable in 6-man football.
Yeah, Ben, and a really interesting strategy here from Faith Academy. They're real tight on their box. They don't really have any wideouts. They're really trying to run it right up the gun, and even on that play, looked like they were trying to some trickery yet again. Yeah,
we've seen a lot of teams come out and just try to throw the ball all over the Knights. But the one thing the Knights defense has struggled with somewhat this year has been speed. Speedy runners, and saw that last week a little bit. And looks like Jackson Dunn provides that for this team. Now it's Dunn looking to throw. Now across the field, fires complete, and he's hung up in the backfield and brought down. So that was looked like a intended pass there for Dunn. Nobody was open, and then tried to just throw it back across the field to get something, but the pass was complete but knocked down in the backfield. And so with 4:13 to play first quarter, Knights still hold a 10-point lead, 16-6, and they are set up in prime position inside the 20 in the red zone here. And that feels like a really important stop early on.
Huge play from the Knights, and really we had them coverage all back from our safety position. He didn't have anybody to throw it to, Ben.
Indeed, yeah, really nice coverage there. Bear rolls, fires complete. Connor with the catch, stretches for the pylon, touchdown. And he got there. Touchdown. So Connor with a receiving touchdown for the Knights. That's the second touchdown of the game passing for Bear. And he's thrown some missiles in this game, and he's still got room to improve. I say that every week about this team. There's aspects they can improve, but they're so good right now as they are, and hope to continue that. Matthew Slappy here to kick.
Yeah, Ben, and I'll tell you what, the security blanket that Bear has on that field is Connor McFarling. He catches pretty much everything that comes his way. Yet another touchdown for him in his great season that he's had so far.
Yes, here's the kick. It's good. So Matthew 3 of 3 now on those PATs, and Connor's really talking about Connor and the security blanket he's really gotten bigger. He's a bigger target. You almost think of a tight end. Like if you think 11-man football, you think of him at this level with the competition we play. He's a tight end, and a tight end can be a really big mismatch in the game of football. And when you've got a guy like him who can also play that middle linebacker position, just so good. And every position, it feels like the Knights have 2 or 3 guys that can play that really well. Looks like Coach Foy and Coach Arp getting that kickoff unit ready to head out there as Faith Academy is ready. The Valor Knights are not, as Luke Curtis coming out here to play special teams as well. Knights once again 5-0 on the season. I've almost said young season. It feels young, but we're 5 games in for the Knights, and Faith Academy is 2-2 coming in. So both teams have put up a fight so far in this one, and the Knights have a 24-6 lead with 4:06 to play first quarter here in this one. Matthews' kick is a line drive. It is going to go out the back of the end zone for a touchback, and that'll bring out the ball to the 20, where the Faith Academy Knights will go on offense. Looking at some rankings on the year, Valor is ranked 50th according to sixmanfootball.com in the state of Texas. So a good ranking there. Still room to improve, but Max Preps has them even higher. 20th in the state of Texas and 71st nationally in six-man football, and there's room to go up. So really, really impressive rankings there for the Knights as they are 5-0, led by the midseason coach of the year for Dave Campbell's Texas football. That is Coach Bird. Here's the snap. Oliveris up the middle here. It's done again. That's that same play they ran earlier. It's that almost jet sweep, but then instead of going outside the tackles, he goes inside, cuts up for about 5 there. They're getting 5 on that play pretty reliably.
Yeah, pretty successful so far, but still Valor's keeping them in tight and not letting them go over their heads.
Indeed, yeah, really nice job by the Knights, and really what this defense has shown is if they can contain and not allow the big plays, they're going to be fine, and they've been fine so far this year and this game as well. 24-6 inside of 3.5 minutes to go. Valor leads. This feels like a big drive for Faith Academy as Oliveris takes the snap. Knights rush 3, steps up, now goes behind. Now quarterback running. He can't run, though, because the 6-man rules. Dumps it off over the middle, complete, though, for a large gain, first down, and a lot more for Wyatt Davis, a junior. Looked like he was in there as a blocker and then kind of slipped out there as a receiver and found a lot of space just past midfield and got loose and ran for about 20 to 30 yards there, first down, Faith Academy. They will huddle now. Something we see a lot from other teams that the Knights don't is huddles. So Knights don't huddle a whole lot. They like their tempo and the defense ready out there for this one. See Cannon Smith and Aiden Murray out there at that D-line position. They have wreaked havoc all year on opposing quarterbacks. Oliveris pitches. This is Josh Stark. Stark cutting to the outside, far side. He's got about 7. Now 10 as he's wrangled down inside the 15 thereabouts. So down to the Valor 15, and that'll bring up second down and manageable there on the run to the far side. Josh Stark and Jackson Dunn, the 2 leading rushers so far in this game for Faith Academy. They've really come out with a run-first mentality. Interesting how the Knights often have a pass-first mentality, and we'll see which strategy wins tonight. Here we go. want to say thanks to our officials out there in this game, as they always do a great job, and could not play this game without them. So really grateful for our officials out there and the coaches who have made this possible as well. Here's a pitch short side of the field, and this is Josh Stark again, but the Knights defense had an answer for this run as he's knocked out of bounds for a loss of a yard, and it brings up 3rd down and about 6 coming here from the 16-yard line. So inside the red zone, Faith Academy looking for a touchdown. They trail 24-6, a minute and a half to play. Clock is ticking down here in the first quarter under the lights here at Paul Tyson Field on the brand new campus of Waco High. Beautiful field, beautiful venue, and thanks to them for letting us use it. HOT Fair, also the backdrop here tonight. Lots of colorful lights and rides moving over there. So a scene we've never had before back there as well. And just a great atmosphere for football here in this one. 3rd down and 6. We've got a flag. And got to think this is a false start if it's thrown this early in the play. Looks like maybe a delay of game too. So there is a play clock out beyond each field goal, but I have not seen either team use it. But maybe the officials keep a clock running in their hand. But anyway, it's a 5-yard penalty, and it's 3rd down and about 10 now. So a 3rd down and 10 is a lot different than 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, Ben, it's looking like they're running quite a bit, and it's starting to be a little predictable. And so the Knights have had a couple good defensive stops, knowing that they're probably running the ball. So we'll see what we got here for this 3rd down play.
Yeah, they've brought out a set here where they have 2 men kind of in a triangle and then a quarterback at the top. We've seen a lot of teams do that. This quarterback can run, though, since he got the pitch, and Olivares takes off for a solid gain. We'll give him about 5, gets about half the yards needed. Brings up 4th down and about 6 actually upcoming here on this play. So the Knights doing a good job there. Another 6-man rule is whoever the ball is snapped to cannot run, but if they pitch it to somebody else, that guy can run. So you see a lot of quarterbacks get pitches like that and then take off. So inside of 30 seconds to play, first quarter, we'll see if they get another snap off. It looks like they will. Knights lead 24-6, 4th down and 6 upcoming from the 17-yard line rather. This is a big play. Faith Academy takes the snap. Olivares looking, fires this. He's incomplete, and he was short of the marker as well. Jackson Dunn looked to be the intended target, but Olivares' pass was low and looked like dropped by Jackson Dunn on the far sideline. So the Knights defense gets a stand there, and right before the end of the first quarter, that's big.
That was an important play, Ben. If they would have scored there, it would have made it a 2-score game, and now we're looking to go and make it a 4-score game. So a lot of momentum for the Knights.
Indeed, Knights will have one play here as we just about wrap up the first quarter. 4 seconds left in it. 1st and 15 in their own territory from their own 16-yard line. The Knights will go on offense. Bear motions Duke. Now takes the snap, bobbles it, and rolls to his left. Looking across the field, now dumps it off middle. Aiden Murray with the catch. Aiden running. He's got a 1st down and more up to midfield. Makes a man miss with a juke. Still pushing across the down to the 35-yard line. A massive chunk play there on just a little 5-yard dump off to the center, Aiden Murray, and that's how the first quarter ends. So a great finish to the quarter there. 24-6, the Knights hold the lead over Faith Academy. Great play for Aiden there. And before we go to break, anything The Valor Knights are back home here on this Friday night. They lead 24-6 as we begin the second quarter. I want to say thanks for tuning in again. Ben Brown with you as always, joined by Coach Nas here in the booth today. And Coach, really good first quarter for the Knights as we flip ends here. Let's see what they got here for this second quarter, leading 24-6. Bear fires complete. Looks like Luke Curtis on the far side with the catch and brought down right at the 30. So at the Bellville 30 is where the Knights will have second down and 10. Second down and 10 from. And Coach, what was your biggest takeaway from the first quarter?
Biggest takeaway is just Knights playing hard out there. I think the defense specifically stepped up after that first drive from Faith Academy. They scored, but we've made some adjustments and looking good on D.
Indeed. Here's Bear rolling to his left, fires. This pass is off the hands of Matthew Schlappy. Batted down and incomplete. Good coverage there. Looked like Josh Stark and Michael Satterwhite in there on the coverage. Both we've called their names so far today as well. So this Belleville defense trying to get a much-needed stop here with 9:25 first quarter. 24-6 Knights, or Valor Knights hold the lead. Here we go. Third down from the Knights. Or from the Bellville 31. I keep saying Knights. Both teams are the Knights, and both teams the Blue Knights. So not confusing at all. Here's Bear, fires, bubble screen. Bennett with the catch. Bennett is brought down. A strong tackle there. I believe that was Satterwhite on the tackle. Yes, it was. Just going at the knees of Bennett there and able to bring the 6'3", 6'2", 6'3" there about wide receiver down. And it's 4th and 5. Knights can pick that up, but also this is a big play.
Yep, and that was a great play to make this fourth down a little bit more manageable. Good catch and run by Bennett Herman.
Yeah, James has been a little quiet in this game after a couple of great weeks. We'll see if they call his number here. It is Duke, and he slides and makes the catch for first down yardage. Got about 2 yards more than he needed, but first down. Moves the chains on a play-action boot concept there and able to find Duke for the first down, and the Knights offense keeps rolling here as we are inside of 9 minutes to go. Knights lead by 18 second quarter. Here's a pitch. This is Duke. Duke in the backfield tripped up. Oh, what a tackle. That's Gage Wilson, the senior, in the backfield to make that tackle. A really nice tackle there. Something we're seeing on defense here for Faith Academy. They're coming in low on these Knights runners, and they've mostly had success bringing them down for the most part, and haven't seen a whole lot of missed tackles. So really good, nice job there by Faith Academy on that front. Here's a handoff. Duke trying to bounce it outside to the far side. He does. Breaks 2 tackles before the third. Brings him up about 6 yards shy of the marker. And third down, they'll give him 7 yards shy, rather. Third down and about 7 upcoming from the Bellville 11 as the Knights run a tempo offense here to get set again. See Sam Grismer out there at a center, replacing Aiden Murray, so seeing both of those guys get some run here in this game. Good to have some fresh legs out there as well. Here's Bear firing over the middle of the end zone. Looked like miscommunication there as I had Bennett across the middle, but Bennett never turned his head around, and you can't really catch the ball if your head's not turned around, so incomplete there. And another fourth down and about 6 for the Knights. We'll see if they're able to convert this one. Faith Academy 2-2 on the year as we've got a Knights timeout here. We'll give you a look at their schedule. So they lost to Baytown Christian in their opener, beat Legacy Christian Academy 68-50, and then a loss to Fort Bend Homeschool and beat Westbury Christian. So they are 2-2 on the year. Knights 5-0, and they've obviously had all wins here in this season. So a great job by Coach Bird and this entire staff here to start the year for the Knights. And a fast start is really what you want for a ball club, and they've done a great job. Connor leading the team in touchdown catches with 8, also total catches and total yards. Bear with coming in with about 1,200 passing yards and 24 touchdowns. So really strong numbers there for individually, but also as a team, and leads to the Max Preps ranking of their second in the Waco area, 6-man football-wise, counting Aquila in there as well. Aquila is number 1. Fourth down here as the Knights go with a wide formation. Duke and Connor on the near side of the field. See James and Bennett on the other side. Here's Bear, rolls to his left. Pressure. He's hit as he throws off the hands of Duke on an out route to the sideline. Incomplete on 4th down. It's a turnover on downs for the Knights. It gives Faith Academy the ball back. Really got to credit Faith Academy there. That was a really nice defensive stand.
Yeah, linebacker got some momentum on the quarterback, pressured him, and Bear just didn't have quite enough time to get the ball out.
Yeah, really nice defensive stand there for the Faith Academy Knights, and we'll see if the Valor Knights are able to respond likewise here in this one. I want to say thanks for tuning in as we play here just past 8 o'clock on a Friday evening, and anyone who's listening, I just want to say thanks for tuning in and invite you to spread the word throughout. So great to hear the Valor community tune in here, and also really nice crowd showing out for this one. Here's a run, far side. Oh dear, this is breaking big. It is Josh Stark with a massive run past midfield on the near side. Started as a handoff up the middle, and he used a cut move to get to the outside and tackle just around midfield there. Big gain for Faith Academy coming off the momentum of a defensive stop. And Knights have a 5-0 record. We talked about that at the top of the broadcast. Momentum key for that for the season, but also momentum's key in the game. And this feels like a time where Uncle Mo is on the Bellville sideline right now.
Yeah, it's important. This is an important series. Bennett Herman with a touchdown-saving tackle. Let's see if we can stop these boys.
Yes, let's see indeed. Here's a
fumble.
Fumble, it looks like, at the line of scrimmage as did Valor recover?
Valor football.
It does indeed look like Valor recovered. So Valor will have the football. So Faith Academy was moving it, and looks like they fumbled. So it looked like maybe a snap that went awry. But no matter the case, the Valor Knights have the football back, and not complaining about that. 24-6 with just under 7 minutes to play here in the first half of this game. Bear takes a snap, looking deep. He's got a man. Incomplete on the deep route. Connor had beaten the defender there, but Bear threw it a little bit too far, and even Connor couldn't quite catch up to that one. But continuing the theme of Coach Bird and this Knights offense being aggressive, Coach Bird, the offensive play caller, really scripting this to be a deep shot kind of game.
Yeah, that home run ball, Ben, is open. It's been open all night. Let's see if we can get one of these.
Yeah, let's see if we can. Here's Bear, drops back again. Good block by Duke. Now looking for the football. He does get it. Actually hit the ground. So Duke in there as a blocker, then tried to slip out as a receiver, but the pass fell incomplete. And back-to-back incompletions means 3rd and 15 from the Bellville 37. Valor will have the football. And see Connor in here for Matthew Schlappy, so getting some subs in there, receiver. And the Knights will attempt to convert or at least get close here. With this offense, you really just need to be within probably 8 yards is probably a good number for this Knights team, but obviously they're looking to get it here. It's another home run ball. This one, off the hands of Connor. He is not happy with himself on that one as he slaps the helmet after that one. It was a great throw by Bear as he dropped it in the bucket, but Connor unable to reel it in. Good defense there by Faith Academy, but that's a ball that it was perfectly thrown, and you're so close on executing those. I mean, it's open, and you're so close there. We'll see if they're able to convert. Maybe here, 4th and 15 as Bear drops back. Oh, he's under pressure, steps up, now fires deep. It's Duke this time.
Yes.
He caught it. We've got a flag as Duke's down to the 1. No, they say touchdown. So we've got a touchdown, barring the penalty. But we'll see what this is. It may be a holding. It may be a pass interference situation. Knights offense looks like it's coming off the field. And the penalty is on Faith Academy. So it is a Knights touchdown. Duke with his second receiving touchdown of the night. He's got 3 total touchdowns now, with also a rushing touchdown to his ledger. Bear up to 3 passing touchdowns. Actually, hold on, that's not right. We'll get that number fixed in a minute. Yeah, we'll figure that out. But Knights have scored 4 touchdowns on the night, and Matthew Slappy is now 4 of 4 on kicks. So we'll see where my stats went awry here. But 4 of 4 on PATs for Matthew, and let's see if the Knights can carry this momentum on with 6.5 minutes to play, leading 32-6 here in the first quarter.
Yeah, Ben, that's the second 4th down touchdown for the Knights tonight. You think about, hey, how that could have been different if those plays don't go for a touchdown. That's 2 touchdowns, so important 4th down conversions for the Knights tonight.
Indeed, it is. So we're gonna say Duke has 2 receiving touchdowns on the night. So he's got 2 receiving touchdowns. Connor has 1, and Bear has 3 passing touchdowns. Also a rushing touchdown for Duke. So we've got some music playing here as this really well traveled. I say well traveled. It's in Waco, so it had to travel grand old 10 to 30 minutes, depending on where you live. But it is a beautiful crowd out here, and it is loud, and it is they're hyped up for Valor football here on this evening. Here's the kickoff. Bounces fielded by Faith Academy. It is Josh Stark. Stark trying to get to the 20. He does so, breaking a pair of tackles before Connor brings him down along with Seth there, and they will start the possession at their own 20-yard line. So complimenting this crowd, had a whole student section blocked off earlier, and looks like the students have really showed up on this homecoming night. And see the alumni tent, looks like it's humming down there as well, and certainly glad to see everybody come out tonight for this one. And if you're unable to make it, thanks for tuning in. We've always got the broadcast here as well. So multitude of options to tune in to the Knights and this program, and what Coach Bird's been able to do with them has been impressive, and the whole Knights community backing this team, and that's great to see. As Coach mentioned earlier, a bunch formation here, but it is a pass. Oliverius, a floater. It's caught for about 7 before the receiver is bottled up by a pair of Knights. We'll see. Looks like Bennett had the tackle, maybe Satterwhite on the catch. Could have been Gage Wilson also. But productive play there on first down as Faith Academy trails by 26 points. So 26-point lead for the Knights with 5:52 to play here in the second quarter from Paul Tyson Field. Again, Ben Brown on the call. Coach Nas with us in the booth as well, so thanks to him for filling in here on this Friday night. Here's a sharp run up the middle. Looks like this is Jackson Dunn again, and we continue to talk about big runs from Jackson Dunn. Actually, that was Stark, so Josh Stark in there as well. So, at this point, number 2 and number 12, both of them doing a great job for Faith Academy as a Stark and Dunn have probably got, what would you say, 90% of the touches for Faith Academy so far in this one? Yeah,
they're getting the ball pretty much every play, and you know what? Credit to Faith Academy. They're sticking to their game plan, and they're getting some big chunk plays.
They have gotten some big chunk plays, maybe the most chunk plays we've seen of 20, 30 yards in a first half all year that this Knights defense has allowed, but it's only led to 6 points as Stark bounces this run outside. He's got about 11, and now I've got a flag in at the end of the play. So we'll see what this is about.
That looked like a horse collar from Bennett Herman.
Yeah, Knights have at times had an issue with the horse collar penalty, as now we get the signal, personal foul. Yep, horse collar is correct. So credit to Nas on the spotting there. A good call, Coach. And it'll be first down for Faith Academy as the Valor penalty will move them forward, as the official's still talking about where the ball will be spotted. But, some chunk plays. And despite this Knights defense giving up those chunk plays, they've only allowed 6 points with just under 5 minutes to play in the first half. And, that's a testament to the resiliency of this team and how well they've done in this one as a unit stopping scores, which is always the goal.
Yeah, 6 points in six-man football, Ben. This is a good half for our defense. Let's see if we can make a big stop here.
Yeah, here's this little trick play again, and the Knights defense was ready for that one. Up the middle, looked like Moses Barley and Connor McFarling in there on the stop. That was the little fake toss and then a jet sweep inside run. But the Knights were all ready for that. And when you can make adjustments in game like that, Coach Christ does a great job with this defense. Coach Bird obviously helping, Coach Foy, and Coach Arp as well. But the staff doing a great job learning the players what to be aware for. But the players are the ones who have to put it into practice, and they've done that so far in this one. Second down and goal from the 15-yard line. Here for Faith Academy, wearing dark blue helmets and gray jerseys with gray pants. First team we've seen all year to wear a gray uniform. Knights have white helmets and blue tops and blue pants, rather. Here's about a 4-yard run to the far side. Brings up third down and about 11 upcoming following the Josh Stark run. And we've seen the two seniors, Stark and Dunn, get a lot of the carries here in this one, but third down and long, third down and about 12, and third down and goal, actually, to the end zone. We'll see what they're able to drop here. Do they go pass or do they go run?
And I think they got to. I mean, if they want any chance, they got to air it out a little bit. Again, the Valor defense is ready for that run. They've shown that they can defend it well, and so if Faith Academy is going to have a chance at this, I think they're going to have to get their passing game going.
Yeah, I mean, they've shown. I mean, they've had a couple balls in this game for passes that they've shown they can do it. I mean, that's not the issue. Oh, here's a snap, deflected. They're going to take a shot to the back of the end zone. Oh, nearly a great catch. Parker Jones on defense there. It was Jackson Dunn, the receiver, in the back of the end zone, but it was off his hands. Credit to the quarterback, Oliveris. That was a great throw. Back of the end zone, back shoulder, but off the hands of Dunn, and Parker Jones with great defense there at that safety position brings up fourth down.
Excellent play from Parker Jones. Big fella coming up huge, knocking that ball out of the offense's hands. That would have been a touchdown if Parker wouldn't have knocked it down.
Yeah, Parker Jones has been really, really good. Leads the team in interceptions with 3 of them on the year from his deep safety spot. And last week, Knights forced 5 turnovers. It was a great stat, and the defense was really good. Oliveris on fourth down, and he is sacked.
Down, big fella. Let's go,
in the backfield, Cannon Smith with the sack. Seth Flowers brought pressure as well. And speaking of the young freshmen who have made impacts, Cannon Smith right on cue with a big play for the Knights. And that will bring up first down and 15 from the Knights 20. Cannon Smith just came in there with a ferocity and was not leaving the backfield till that quarterback was on the ground.
You love Cannon Smith's energy, and especially on those big plays. He's a gamer. Fun to see Cannon Smith get hyped after that sack.
He is. He's going to give his full effort, and he's also almost a hype man for this team. He's a very energetic young man, and he's done a great job off the edge for the Knights rushing on that defensive front. First down for Valor as Bear takes the snap. He's looking deep. Now comes back to the far side of the field where Duke has about a 5-yard catch. That was a nice job by Bear going through his progressions, looking deep before coming back short, and anytime you can get 5 yards, you'll take it.
Yep, again, looking deep yet again, Ben. They're trying to get that deep ball, but good job by Bear. Just check it down to his receiver.
Yeah, 2:30 and ticking on down in the second quarter. Knights have a 32-6 lead. Here's a pitch to Duke. Jet sweep, pop pass almost to the sideline. Oh, nearly a filthy juke move, but credit to Josh Stark, a good tackle for Stark there, but it's a Knights first down, and Valor continues to move the chains as Duke with the carry. I guess it's technically a pass because it was a little pop pass, but whatever it was, really nice gain there for the Knights, brings up first and 15. Here they run the same thing. Seth Flowers gets it, heavy move, makes one defender miss before powering ahead for 2 or 3 yards across midfield. And now we have whistles and a timeout. So I believe this is a 2-minute, no, this is a Valor timeout. So at times we've seen Coach Bird take one of his timeouts almost to be a 2-minute warning. Obviously no 2-minute warning at the 6-man high school level, but we've seen Coach Bird use his timeouts in such a way that basically acts as a 2-minute warning, which is an interesting strategy when you think about. I mean, even just watching games all the time, seeing NFL, seeing college, even other high school, like just seeing that and knowing the rhythm of a football game, and for coach to use a timeout as a 2-minute warning just speaks to just like the strategy and the mind games of it. And he's done a great job with strategy and also all the little things. Coach Bird very consistent with that.
Absolutely. And you know what, Ben? It's so important to finish a half and start a half. And that's what I think Coach Bird's doing here. He wants to make sure the Knights finish this half well and get us going for the third quarter.
Yes, if you were listening to my broadcast last year, it was a playoff game. It was, I believe, a second rounder in Trinidad, Texas against Christian Heritage. The Knights, the Knights were down. They were down probably 20 points late in the second half, and they were reeling. It was what is this team going to respond with? And they responded with a lot of points, and that was that late first half, early second half run that really gave them the position to win. And so that helped them win, and we'll see what the Knights are able to do here. As on second down, a short gain for about 3 yards there. Brings up 3rd down and 9 upcoming here for Valor. Lights have taken full effect here on the field with 1:45 to play. Bear rolls on the move. Oh, he's got a man. Connor with the catch down the field, got behind the safety Stark, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. So the Valor Knights score again. Bear with his 4th passing touchdown of the game. He's looked a lot better today following last week's performance. And Connor with his 2nd receiving touchdown on the afternoon, and Matthew gets another chance to add 2 more. So a really nice play there on a deep route over the middle.
Yeah, Bear's such a good athlete. Scrambled out of the pocket and bought himself some time, and plenty of time for Connor to get wide open for the TD.
Yeah, on the move, and Bear's done a really good job adding that to his repertoire this year as well. Matthew continues to put him through the goalpost as that kick is good, and he is now 5 of 5. Or 100% so far on this for this game. Once again, he was out last week due to a quad issue. Had Connor kick the PATs, but Matthew back, and he is perfect so far today. Hope that leg's feeling good, and Knights will get set to kick off as Matthew jogs down to the other side of the field to kick it off as the Knights kick from right to left here in this second quarter. 1:37 to play, 42-6 is the score. Valor leads this one by 34. And for Faith Academy, if they're going to come back in this game, they've only put 1 score up on the board. They've gotten into the red zone 2 or 3 times that have come up empty. This is a really important drive, and they might have moved the ball as well as really any team the Knights have played this year. Prince of Peace did it well, but Faith Academy, they can move the ball. They've shown that, but can they finish drives? That's the question that we will find out. Kick goes out of bounds at the 10. I believe this will come out to the 30-yard line following the kick out of bounds. And do we think we're going to see more pass for Faith Academy, or are they going to hand it to Stark or Dunn?
I don't know. I think they got to change some things up here, Ben.
Yeah.
This is starting to get out of hand a little bit, but I can't tell you how impressed I am of our defense. They are playing high-level defense. 6-man football to only have 6 points they're doing a great job out there, Ben.
Yeah, they are, and Coach Chris really involved with that defense. He's a really good play caller there. Coach Bird obviously as well. And if you can hold a team to 6 points, you're doing something right. And that's what the Knights have done so far. But Faith Academy, they've moved the ball. I mean, our defense has looked really good in the red zone particularly, and on 3rd and 4th down. But Faith Academy is going to need to finish. They're going to want to win this game. Here's a swing pass out to Stark, and Stark's got about 8 near midfield following the catch. So a good play there for Faith Academy. And the clock will run down to about 1:15 likely when they get this snap off here in the first half remaining. Ball in the 38. Olivares in the shotgun. Takes the snap, drops back. Seth and Cannon with pressure, steps up. Now rolling, looking, he's got all day. Oh, he's got a man. Let's see, the pass is caught Oh, my goodness. What a play. Oh, and it's a touchdown. Oh, I thought he was short, but I guess they're going to give him the touchdown. That was an impressive play, and Coach, you want to break that down for us?
Yeah, I mean, he just bought himself some time, dodged the defenders, and then his receiver came wide open. Luke Curtis made a great effort to get there at the end, but just not quite enough time. It looked like he was short of the end zone, but the ref called it a touchdown. So good play from Faith Academy.
Yeah, so hard to tell from our angle up here, but I mean that was a great adjustment. When the play kind of broke down, the receiver on the far side of the field came back over the middle deep, waved the arm, got his quarterback's attention, and Oliveri's able to step up and throw really a missile. Oh, they're going to fake it here. Oh, and that's 2. So an impressive fake there as they were lined up in the kick formation. Knights were not ready for that, and they just pitched it to the kicker, and he threw it to his receiver for a 2.
Yeah, Ben, I'll tell you what, right before that play I was about to say Valor's done a great job at limiting the big plays, and there we go, having a big play, big touchdown. Knights still got quite a sizable 27-point lead, but we want to get back to where we were for our defense.
Yeah, I said 2. I forgot that that's actually a 1-point play. The kick is worth 2. The conversion is worth 1. So worth 1 there on the play. And the Knights will look to score with about a minute left here in the half. And we will see what the Knights are able to do here. Knights crowd getting hyped up here as a strong turnout, students and staff and families alike out here showing out for this one. As the kick is away, it is Luke Curtis back to receive. Fields on a bounce. He's going to take it out. What can he do? Oh,
there
makes a man miss. Up the sideline and breakaway speed. 30, 20, 10, and touchdown. And he is pumped. Luke Curtis with a touchdown return for 6. And we've seen Duke back there a lot at return, but this game, Coach putting Luke back there, fielded it on a bounce at about the 5, and he took it to the house, made a man miss, cut between a couple of defenders, and was gone up the sideline, turned on the Jets with some breakaway speed, and it is 46-13, just like that. Faith Academy with a big play, and then the Knights come back with an even bigger play, and Matthew Slappy looking to add 2 to cap it off. You can hear it off the tee. That kick is good. Matthew up to 6 of 6 on the game. Luke has a return touchdown now. I believe that's the first return touchdown of the year for the Knights, as Luke Curtis takes it to the house, and we could both see that. I mean, he was gone as soon as he hit about the 30-yard line. That was impressive, and Luke Curtis with an impressive play there. That's probably our play of the game so far. That was electric.
Absolutely lights out speed. Luke turned on the turbo engines and just flew down the sidelines. Ben, what I'd like to see is that Luke made a mistake on the previous play on defense. He came out and said he's going to make a decision to go and get himself a touchdown. Way to go, Luke Curtis. Proud of you. Yes,
he did. Something Coach Bird preaches a lot is consistency, and part of that is even when you make a mistake, get back up, get your head back in the game, and Coach put Luke back there at kick returner following the defensive touchdown following the defensive miscue for the Knights on a really nice Faith Academy play, and Luke said, I'm not gonna let that bother me, and he took it to the house as this kick goes out of bounds, bouncing out at the 20-yard line. And with about 46 seconds to go, the Faith Academy Knights will have a chance to answer. And if they score here, we'd be looking at a closer ball game. And it's a fun one right now, and it looks like we're about to hit halftime soon.
Yeah, Ben, it's electric out there. Valor Knights playing hard. Love to see it. Coaches playing hard, players playing hard. Proud to be a Valor Knight.
Yes, indeed, as the Knights will try to get a defensive stop before halftime here as we play at 8:31 p.m. under the lights here at Paul Tyson Field, all-turf field, the home of the Waco High Lions. I believe their junior high and maybe also their JV team here. Also, their varsity soccer team plays here, so really nice facilities and Knights get to use them here on Friday nights. Oliveris dancing, fires over the middle, complete. This is Gage Wilson with the catch and more productive yards. Faith Academy just moving the ball forward, and that's something that's really important in six-man football that they've been able to do. That, I mean, really, you look at the scoreboard, I mean, you feel like this game should maybe be a 48-30 almost kind of score, and it's not 48-13. There's a lot of room for both teams to get better in this one, and I think that's the making of two really good football teams.
Yeah, Faith Academy is moving the ball, but they can't put it in the end zone, so they're having a hard time. Knights playing well on defense, and in fact, on this drive, we're just trying to contain, keep them in front of us, and no big plays over the top.
Yeah, I mean, moving the football is good and all, but, I mean, if you can't put it in the end zone or through the post, I mean, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. And so that's what we're looking at here. Also see some Valor Knights young kids playing out there beyond the end zone on a little grass area. So glad to see them getting some energy out there. See our seniors lining up down here for the legacy of the night coming up at halftime. That will be happening shortly. And then the rest of our crowd just ready to cheer on the Knights here in this one. Here's a snap. Oh, it's that trick play again. Handoff up the middle. This is a good run. Up the sideline, first down and more until he's pushed out at the 20-yard line. Looked like that was number 5 maybe. That would be Brody August. It is. Brody August, another senior. So rotating a lot of seniors in at that running back position, and they've found success. I mean, that Knights front really hasn't been run on all year, but Faith Academy's doing it well. Here we go. First down and 15 from the 24 is where they'll spot it. Oliveris fires. Pass complete far side. This is Stark. Stark bottled up and brought down by a pair of Knights, and we've got whistles immediately. And Faith Academy will take a timeout. That's either their second or third of the evening. Not sure which one it is, but they're almost out of timeouts if they are not. So second down and 10 upcoming. And 24 seconds, so that's a lot of time to get 20 yards, as we know in six-man football.
Yep, again, good defense. Matthew Schlappy keeping him in front. 5 yards is okay when there's only 24 seconds on the clock. Let's see if we could hold him here.
Yeah, hoping just to keep him inbounds, just trying to tackle him inbounds, keep the clock running, and see Parker Jones on the sideline here. So he's not out there at safety right now for the Knights. Does not look like they've dropped a safety back. Connor McFarling now moving back that way as a linebacker. So it looks like he's got the reins on the deep ball right now. Matthew Schlappy, Duke in there at DB as well. Oliveris nearly slips. Pass might have been deflected by Cannon Smith in the backfield, intended for Brody August rather, but it falls incomplete. And with 18 seconds to go here in the first half, it's third down and about 10. So third down and 10. So they've got 2 downs to get the first down, but really they're looking end zone. So maybe 3 to 4 plays max. I'm thinking 18 seconds to play as looks like we may have Mr. Hoagland on the PA. Either him or Mr. Curtis. One of them, they've done a great job throughout the year, and certainly helping this Knights crowd get hyped up. Oliveris takes the snap. He's looking to throw. Now Cannon Smith coming, still dancing. Flag is thrown. Pass incomplete to the end zone. That was a good 10-second play as music is playing. Looking to get that turned off, but we'll see. The refs did throw a flag. We'll see what this is about. So 8 seconds to play on the clock right now. It's fourth down and 10 upcoming currently.
Yeah, it looks like in the area of holding, Ben. I think this one's coming back.
Yeah, it looks like a block in the back, maybe an ineligible receiver downfield. Something like that, of that nature, but something of that nature. So it's a penalty. Time will not be put back on the clock, though. So that's a valuable 10 seconds that the Knights were able to run there on defense for an incomplete pass. So 8 seconds left, 48-13. Valor has the lead. 35-point advantage for the Knights. The mercy rule is 45 at halftime or beyond. Looks like we will not hit that this time at a halftime, but we'll keep an eye on that throughout the second half. We will see. Officials will walk the ball back now. Oh, my goodness. It's going to be third down and long. Third down and about 17, we'll call it, from about the 28. So the Valor 28. Really, they're looking end zone here. You got to expect a deep shot, maybe to a Dunn or August or Stark. Those have been their 3 main guys. Here's Olivares looking, dancing, now down to 4, 3. This is going to be the final play. He's got all day as River Ackley just working, trying to get in there. Now he's going to heave it. Oh, he's got a guy. Oh, and it's caught. Touchdown. Oh, the Knights with a defensive blunder there. Just left a man wide open, standing in the end zone. It was complete. That was Michael Satterwhite with the catch. Oh, we've called his name a couple of times on defense.
Ben, it looks like this one may be coming back as well. There's a penalty on the play.
It does indeed. So that was a great play, but it appears it may be coming back. No time on the clock, so we're going to see what happens with that. But, yeah, I mean, that was an impressive play, impressive throw downfield, and a wide open receiver. Really a Knights defensive miscue there, but looks like the Knights have been bailed out several times by penalties in this game. Obviously, Coach Berta at halftime is going to have something to say about that. Now the Knights will jog to the back of the end zone as they do at halftime. So we will go into halftime with a score of 48-13. Valor holds the lead. It's a 35-point advantage at halftime for the Knights. And don't go anywhere. With a 12 to 15 minute halftime. We'll be right back in about 2 minutes or so. We will see what we'll have. We'll have some schedule looks. We'll have some stat checks and more of that variety. Don't go anywhere. It's halftime in Waco. 11:35 left in the halftime period. 48-13. Knights have the lead. We'll be right back.
Thank you, Valor cheerleaders. And the tradition that everybody's been waiting for, I'd like to welcome Miss A.
The legacy of a night. Festivities are about to go on down on the field as it is tradition. A lot of seniors line up and they are passing the torch to our younger generation of Knights here in this one. A cool ceremony at halftime of the homecoming game. Second year of the tradition as we see the seniors heading out there on the field now. And Coach, as we look back on this first half of football, it was an interesting half. We saw a mentality from the Knights that was we're going to throw the ball a lot. And we're going to go with some deep plays, hit on some of them, didn't on some others of them. But we saw that, and then Faith Academy really coming out with a hard-nosed, we're just going to run it up your throats kind of approach, and that worked for them a lot to get them down to the red zone. But we're unable to put the ball in the end zone for the most part, leading to a 48-13 halftime score with Valor up, and areas to improve for both sides, but we'll start with the positives. What did you see Valor do really well in the first half?
Yeah, Ben, I think the theme to that first half was big plays. A lot of big plays. We had six touchdowns, six big plays, Bear throwing the ball. deep to several receivers. Thought the offense looked really well. And again, defensively, we played really well, hard. And when it got down to that red zone, we held them.
Yeah, Knights did a really good job defensively. Also on offense, Bear 4 passing touchdowns. They also had Duke had 2 receiving touchdowns, also a rushing touchdown. Connor had 2 receiving touchdowns, and Luke had a kickoff return for a touchdown as well. Matthew 6 of 6 on PATs in the half, as well as we see the seniors and the younger kiddos walking towards each other here as part of the legacy of the night celebrations and festivities down on the field. So fun to see that mixing of the generations, and just a really cool thing to see the Valor community come together. And speaking of the Valor community, a really nice crowd out here in this one. See a lot of parents, staff members, grandparents, and families, friends as well. So a really nice crowd. I also want to shout out the Faith Academy families who have traveled out to support their kids as well. Just a really great atmosphere here on this Friday night for football. We've got a longer halftime today. As the halftime, it's a 15-minute halftime rather than the traditional 12-minute halftime. So the Knights will they have a 48-13 lead here at the half, as there's about 11 and a half minutes left in halftime. So we may take a couple longer breaks than normal, but we will come right back each time, and we're going to take one of those breaks now. So 48-13, once again, the Knights have the lead. When we come back, we'll take a look at both teams' schedules, how they got to this point in the season, and we will do that straight ahead, plus more upcoming on this halftime show. 11 minutes left, 48-13 the score. Valor leads. We'll be right back. This is Knights football.
It's a table that has depictions of what the new school is going to look like. So if you'd like to learn more about the new school is going to look like at Thompson Square, it's over there. Also an opportunity to donate towards things up at school. I want to thank everybody for coming out. Enjoy the rest of the game.
Just under 9 minutes left in the halftime break. That is where we stand. Valor has a 48-13 lead here in this one so far. Let's give you a look at how both teams have gotten to the point they're at. Let's start with the visitors, Bellville Faith Academy. They are 2-2 on the season, with a loss to Baytown Christian, also a loss to Fort Bend Homeschool. But they also have dubs over Legacy Christian Academy and Westbury Christian as well. So a 2-2 record for Bellville Faith Academy. Knights, on the other hand, are undefeated. They are 5-0 with victories over Prince of Peace Christian Academy, or Christian School, in the first game. That was a home game here at Paul Tyson. They also beat Second Baptist University Model in week 2, also a home game here at Paul Tyson Field. That was a mercy rule, 52-6, if I remember right, for that one. Then it was hit the road. It was I believe it was Allen Academy. Then yes, it was Allen Academy. 74-0 was the final there at halftime. Knights offense really put a beating on the Rams down there in Bryan, Texas. And then the following week, it was another road game, Ovilla Christian. That was the opponent, and Ovilla Christian put a good performance up against the Knights, but Valor was able to escape with the dub. And in addition to that, last week, or rather Ovilla was last week, so I'm missing a game in there as the schedule a bit slow loading here internet-wise, but we will get you that game as well. So Knights are 5-0 here on this year. And it's been, to this point, we've seen a lot of contributors, both offensive and defensively. Garland Christian Academy was the game I was missing. 52-0 final score, a home game the week before Ovilla here in Waco. Going back to my point, a lot of freshmen have contributed to this point. Cannon Smith seeing a lot of snaps on the D-line front. Also seeing snaps, we've seen Parker Jones leading the team in interceptions, so he's done a really good job as far as that goes. And then also doing a good job, all the others who have contributed. Aiden Murray at center, River Ackley on the D-line, Moses Barley, a lot of guys contributing there on the defense and the offense both. And so great to see the freshmen contribute here on this season. Looking at stats so far up to this point, Connor, 22 catches for 453 yards and 8 receiving touchdowns. That is coming into this one. He does have 2 receiving touchdowns, hits double digits, the first night on the year to do so. Duke coming in 19 receptions with 301 yards, 5 receiving touchdowns as well. James also with 19 catches, 216 yards, and 3 receiving touchdowns coming in additionally. 11 receptions, 235 yards, and 7 touchdowns for Bennett Herman. He's been a little bit quiet in this ball game so far, but we will see if he's able to come alive in the second half, and we will certainly see that as well. And then Barrett, the quarterback, leading the offense, coming in with just over 1,200 yards on the year, passing yards, and 24 passing touchdowns to add to that. All of it leads up to a 5-0 Knights start on the year. Valor warming up in the end zone as we are about ready for the second half. Just over 4 minutes left in the halftime period. The Legacy of the Knights ceremony has concluded on the field, and the homecoming festivities continue with a loud student section, a loud crowd overall, and the alumni tent down there on the field as well. When we come back, we'll welcome Coach Nas back to the broadcast, and we'll be back with Knights football live. This is Valor Football with 4 minutes left in halftime. 48-13, Valor leads.
Hey, no parents. You can't take out any parents. Protect the parents. Protect the parents.
We are back, and we are just about ready for Valor Knights football here in the second half as we come to you live from Paul Tyson Field on the campus of Waco High. Welcome into the broadcast booth live here at Paul Tyson. I'm Ben Brown, joined by Coach Nas here, head golf coach here at Valor, also an important role in the business side of things. He's done a great job for this Valor community over his years. And Coach, you get to add a new thing to your repertoire, your list of accomplishments here tonight as a color analyst for the Valor radio broadcast. And how's it looking first half? What can the Knights do better? What they do really well? How can they just build on that here coming up second half?
Yeah, Ben, this has been such a joy to be up here. I just went down to get a quick drink of water and just ran into so many Valor Knights. I tell you what, this place is electric. This is probably the biggest crowd we've ever had. So fun to see the Valor community. And as for the first half, Ben, the offense and defense is rolling. Valor football is looking good. I think just continue doing what we're doing, and I think we're going to see a 45 here pretty soon.
Yeah, that may be on the horizon. And I mean, just thinking about like this place and the alumni that have come back. It's what is it now? 3 graduating classes.
Yep, three classes. 3
classes now, and just seeing all the seniors come back. Just looking down there, I saw a few. Saw JP back, saw Will, saw Luke, Hannisack, Noah Groth, Wyatt Bowles, David Foster. Just great to see all the former alumni come on out to support this team. And even the families, the staff, and the students. And even I want to shout out the Bellville Faith Academy families for making the trek to Waco to cheer on their kids as well. We made the trek last year down to Bellville. It's a decent drive, and always great to see the visiting fans turn out as well. Also, I want to say thanks to our officials for doing this game. Would not be possible without them, and they've done a great job. Faith Academy will start with the football on their own 26-yard line. Snap goes back. Oliveri's looking to pass over the middle. It is complete. And a strong tackle there. Luke Curtis on the tackle, trying to build on it on a strong first half. Ups and downs for him, but also for the whole team. And Knights have done a great job rebounding from that each time, leading 48-13 with 9:34 left here and counting on down in the third quarter. Knights wearing white helmets with the blue script, also white numerals and trim on the jerseys. A font Knights across the chest, blue jerseys, blue pants for Valor. Also a dark blue helmet for Faith Academy as the run goes up the middle and is bottled up there for 2 yards. Brings up about third down and 11, third down and 10, third down and 11, somewhere in that range. They've also got gray tops and gray pants as well. First team we've seen to rock a gray look this year, and I kind of like it. I kind of like the jersey combos we've got here, and it looks clean out there on the field, and so that's great to see. But a third down upcoming here, third down and about 10. Another opportunity for this Knights defense to get a stop early in the half. These are the times when games can be won and lost. And even when you're talking 45s, I mean, it's still important. And they're going to try and do that. Also, Faith Academy's come out passing 2 straight passes after running the ball a lot in the first half. Had some plays called back due to penalties, but had some good passes that may not go on the stat sheet in the first half, so we'll see if they're able to do that. Here's a deep ball. It is. Did he catch that?
What a catch.
He did.
Wow. One-handed catch by Jackson. What a play. What a catch.
Yeah, Jackson Dunn on the first down reception there, down inside a Knights territory at the 36. That was the throw was the quarterback led his receiver well. Actually, as the pass led him towards the sideline, but just kind of stumbling to the ground. But he was able to catch it, reel it in one-handed, bring it into the body, and that's a great catch. It was good defense by the Knights, but an even better catch for Faith Academy. And just tip your hat to him and move on to the next play and try to beat him on this play. Here is the run up the middle. This is Dunn again. So Jackson Dunn getting a lot of touches there for this opposing Knights team as he gains about 3 on the run. Brings up second down and 12 with 7.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. The Heart of Texas Fair is is out for its first day so far of the year, out beyond the end zone as we look off to our right, and it looks like it's booming. A lot of lights out there. A cool backdrop for a Friday night game under the lights here, and playing with about 79 degrees is the temp right now, and 79 under the lights with some lights in the background. There's not a whole lot of better atmospheres in football. Here's a funky-looking play that ends in an incompletion as it's batted down by Aiden Murray. They faked a handoff about twice, and then Oliveris passed it, but incomplete, and it brings up 3rd down and about 11. So an interesting play call there. We've seen in Faith Academy pull some tricks out of the bag, and they may have to do that to beat this Knights squad, but another 3rd down opportunity for the Knights. And what do you think here? Do we see some pressure, maybe some cannon action off the edge, maybe some drop back defense? What are you calling here, Coach?
Yeah, I'm calling James Hoagland's number. He's been active on this series. It's exciting to see how important a player he is on our team.
Yes, he is. Here's stepping up. He is going after Matthew, but it is caught. My goodness, Jackson Dunn, tip your cap to him. That was a great play by Matthew. Bottled up the receiver, had contact on him there, but he just put it in there complete. Jackson Dunn with another great catch. That's 2 of them on this drive. And so many opportunities that Faith Academy's had in the red zone as they're inside the 15 again. Looks like just outside the 10, 1st and goal. But with 6.5 minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter, they've only scored 13. But, man, it feels like they should score at least 40 right now. I mean, they've moved the ball well, but the scoreboard just does not reflect it. But the scoreboard's what matters at the end of the day. Here's a run up the middle. This is Stark dancing, and Bennett Herman comes out of the pile to bring him down on the far side for a limited gain. About 2 or 3 yards there. Physicality is something we've seen this Knights defense get really good at throughout the end of last year and into this year too. And they've just done a great job with that. See River Ackley coming in here for Matthew. So Coach rotating in the subs. And you play a lot better when you're fresh. And that's when we've seen this D get sacks, is now Seth Flowers comes in for River. But when we've seen this defense get stops, it's because they're fresh. And, I mean, fresh legs can do wonders for you.
Yeah, this team is full of athletes, Ben.
Yes.
I'm just so excited to see them continue to progress. And even in future years, to see these freshmen continue to develop, the future of Valor football is very bright.
It is bright indeed, as we've got a timeout here for Faith Academy here with 5:50 to play in the 3rd quarter. Upcoming on, I believe it's a 1st down, maybe a penalty on that last play. Scoreboard says 1st down and 15. We'll see if that's right following the timeout. But I mean, 6-man football is really, it's a game of athletes. I mean, you'll look at recruits' pages, and they're labeled as an athlete. They can play receiver, they can play defense. And then you come to the 6-man game, and it's really just, I mean, it's teams of athletes, man. I mean, Valor's got a lot of guys who play both sides of the football. We've seen Luke do it with success, James, Connor, Duke in there as well. Bears really had an opportunity to just perfect his craft on the offensive side at quarterback as the unquestioned starter. He's grown a lot, even just on the offensive side. We've seen Moses Barley play both sides. Aiden Murray has been a really good contributor. I mean, just everybody doing some part, even the guys who maybe aren't seeing as much playing time, helping every week in practice to make this team stronger. Iron sharpens iron, and that's really what this team does. This team sharpens each other, and they're always ready for Friday nights under the lights. It does appear we have 1st down and 15, so man, it must have been a penalty on the last drive. And by 1st down and 15, it's 1st down and goal. Oliveris rolls. It is complete to the receiver. Strong tackle there from Bennett. This is Wyatt Davis, the junior, making the grab, and he's inside the 10, I believe. Let's see where they spot the football. They spotted about between the 8 and the 9. So 2nd down and about 8. Scoreboard says 7, so somewhere in the 7 to 9 yard line range. But it's 2nd down and a medium here for Faith Academy. They're driving in the red zone again. Can they convert this time? Here's a pass. This is right far side. It is Stark reaching for the pylon on the catch and a touchdown. That was a really nice second effort there from Josh Stark. Caught it on a little out route to the far sideline, and it was one-on-one. A nice tackle by the Knights, but ultimately able to just stretch that ball out and got it across the plane of the goal line, brings the score to 48-19, and Faith Academy really needed that. They needed an answer, and you never want to count anybody out of a football game, but they're going to need to do a lot more where that's from if they are going to come out with a dub, and we'll see if they're able to add 2 on the kick. They faked it the last time for 1. They kick here. It's a line drive, but it does go through the post, so not the prettiest kick in the world, but if it goes in, that's what matters, and it went in, so it is now 48-21 as the Knights' lead has shrunk down to about 27, and a 27-point lead is strong. That's a 4-score lead, but I mean it speaks to the volumes of how this team's played, because they really haven't had that many close games this year. I mean, the first game was against Prince of Peace, getting their footing underneath them for year 2 under Coach Bird and his system, but outside of that, I mean, been some good efforts, but not really any close games to speak of. This one maybe the second best team they've played all year, and they're going to Jonesboro next week, and Jonesboro is the most highly ranked team they play this year on their schedule, so they're going to want to be on their A game as they travel away from home. So they need to get sharp in this one, but they have done so far. 48-21 as Faith Academy kicks off. It is fielded. This is Luke. Luke on the return. He's already got 1 touchdown on the day. Trying for 2, but he can't break loose of the pile. He was close to breaking a tackle and getting out, but unable to do so there at about the 33-yard line. Knights will take will set up shop there in their own territory, but near midfield, and it's a great start to the drive.
Yeah, Ben, something you just mentioned was year 2 for Valor Football. Can you believe year 2? Year 1 made it to the semifinals. Year 2, 5-0, and about to hopefully be 6-0 and hopefully make a run at state. What a great coaching job this has been from Coach Bird and his coaching staff.
Yeah, it's been amazing. I mean, we've played a couple schools that are new as well, and sometimes you just look at a school as being like, okay, we're just going to get a team out there, and then we'll build it as we go. Here's a wheel route down the sideline. Connor with the catch. He accelerates. He's going for the end zone. Oh, lowers the shoulder for the touchdown. Oh, my goodness. He slowed down to lower the boom on a defender, and the defender is down. So a touchdown for Connor, and maybe a little bit of an unnecessary boom there, but he was feeling it, and he does score as Coach Martin out there to attend to the injured player Caden out there as well. We will step aside for the moment. We'll be right back following the Knights touchdown. 54-21 the score. We'll be right back. Michael Satterwhite gets to his feet and walks off. Looks like on his own power, attended to by the head coach, Coach Trey Carter for Bellville Faith, and Coach Tammy Martin out there as well. Her first game back with the Knights as the trainer since her baby. Also Coach Foy's first game back since their baby as well. So several maybe future Knights out there that have just entered the world, and so happy for both of those families, and wish them good luck on parenting, and also just hope they can grow up and be great ambassadors of Valor, and so happy for those families. But hopefully Satterwhite's okay. I never want to see anybody go down like that, but hopefully he is okay. Kick is good for Matthew Schlapp. He bumps the lead up 56-21 now. Matthew has not missed today, 7 of 7 on kicks today. Following the Connor McFarling touchdown, that is his 3rd receiving touchdown of the ball game. Bear has 5 passing touchdowns now, and the Knights offense really looks like it's humming. So 56-21 the score. 4:53 to play here in this third quarter, and Knights just trying to build on this with a defensive stop. You feel like one more stop could really open this game up for Valor as they lead 56-21. That is that's a solid lead. So they've got it here, and we'll see if they're able to get a stop here as we're going to go ahead and do the math. If you follow the channel, you know that math is not our strongest suit here as we pull out the calculator app on our phone. Friday nights are not the sharpest time for the math mind. A 35-point lead, that is what the Knights have. Currently, the mercy rule is a 45, so Knights would need a stop, a score, a stop, and a score. So they're still a little bit away from that, but 35 points is a really good lead right now, and we'll see if they're able to build on that. 56-21, the ball falls off the tee, and so Matthew has to put it back on as he's set to kick it away. Rhodes Horner out there on special teams. Also Connor, River, Cannon, and Seth out there as well. A strong kick from Matthew as it is fielded by the Faith Academy Knights. Looks like Stark running it back, and he runs into Connor McFarling, and that is not a good idea right now as he is brought down inside the 15-yard line. So Connor with another tackle. And his Knights team started doing stickers this year that they could put on the back of their helmets for stats, tackles, games won counts stickers. And so if you're on the field there before the game, you can see some of the helmets have an abundance of stickers on them. And Connor certainly got a lot. And with a bunch of tackles at that linebacker position, he'll add to that today. And we'll see what this Knights team is able to do. Parker Jones still on the sidelines, so we haven't seen him in a little bit. Wonder if he's not 100% right now, but hopefully he's able to get back in this game. He's been a really impactful piece for the Knights at safety this season. Here's a pitch. This is Stark. Stark running, trying to find the hole, dancing for about a yard as he lowers the shoulder ultimately and gets to the 16-yard line. That's where they'll spot him. Second down and 14 upcoming with 4.5 minutes and counting on down in the third quarter to play, rather. Coach, what are we seeing here on this drive? What do you think needs to happen here for the Knights to put themselves in a better position to win this game?
Well, I'll tell you what, Ben, it's interesting to see the contrasting styles for both of these teams. You know, the first drive of the third quarter for Faith Academy, they had a methodical 3-4 minute drive with probably 10-plus plays. Then Valor gets the ball and one-play touchdown. Again, Faith Academy can't take very much time off the clock, so we'll have to see if they start airing it out.
Yep. Oh, they're going to air it out here. They've got a man. Oh, it's caught and underthrown a little bit, so the receiver had to come back to it. Brody August with the catch, but then he was able to make two men miss and lower the shoulder upfield for a big gain as he's inside of Knights territory down to the 28-yard line. As saw Bennett Herman in there on the tackle. James Hoagland also playing defensively there. James has had a bit of a quiet night. He's had a couple of really good weeks back-to-back on the offensive side particularly, but also the defensive side. And he's had some good blocks in this game, some really key defensive stops. And really, if they're not throwing your way on defense, that means you're doing a good job in coverage. So not always mentioning his name as often as we maybe could, but he's certainly an impactful piece to this team as everybody is. And we'll see if he's able to keep that up here in this game. Handoff, far side, first down and more. Lunging, end zone. He is short. The runner for Bellville Faith is marked out at about the 1 as he hit the far sideline hard there, and ultimately was just tripped up at about the 1 or the 2 yard line, very close to the end zone. Sets up a first and goal situation, and Bellville looking to punch it in. So the offense has come out firing with some passing here and then mixing up the run, and that's worked. This Knights defense looks a little bit fatigued. Not on this play, though, as the run goes up the middle, and so far in the second half, Knights have not allowed a whole lot up the middle. They've made them bounce it outside, and a stop there at the goal line.
Yeah, great tackle by Aiden Murray. Just burst through the line. James Hoagland backed him up. Good play by the Knights.
Yeah, gang tackling is what they call it, and a great job there for the Knights as we see some more subs here, keeping everybody fresh in that secondary, and with 2:20 left here in the third quarter, that's important. Clocks run a lot more here in the third quarter. It's been a quicker third quarter than either of the first two. We've seen a couple more sustained drives here in this one. Here's a pop pass. This is number 12, Jackson Dunn. We've called his name a lot today. He's into the end zone, touchdown, but we do have a flag on the play. Helmet comes off of a Bellville Faith player, so we'll see if they get that all sorted out. But we'll see what this penalty is, as it was a touchdown on the play, but there was a penalty marker down following the jet sweep like pop pass that they've really liked to run and then get their guys to the outside. Last week, Knights had a little bit of trouble with a speedy runner, and today Jackson Dunn has really picked up that for Bellville Faith. He's done a great job there, and we'll see.
Looks like holding on the offense, Ben, bringing it back.
Indeed. So we've seen penalties both sides. Knights have been bailed out a lot by penalties in this game, specifically in the red zone. Faith Academy has gotten inside the 10, inside the 5, and just hasn't been able to finish drives. I mean, you think about this, this could really be a 56-50 kind of game. But the Knights have been able to get some timely stops, and also been aided with penalties, but I mean, any way you can get the stops is valuable. I mean, after the game, you'll go back and watch the film, see where you went wrong, see where you went right. But ultimately, the scoreboard's what matters, and the win column is the key. Here's a floater of a pass, and off the hands of Jackson Dunn and incomplete. Two Knights there in on defense, Connor and Luke, respectively, and we're able to knock that ball away. It brings up third down and long. A third down and goal from about the 15-yard line, 16-yard line. Or actually, that's the 12. Hard to tell from the angle, but looks like the 12-yard line is where they will officially spot it on third down.
Yeah, Ben, again, just want to call out Connor McFarling. What an athlete, what an asset when Parker Jones is down. Coach can throw him right in at safety. Connor's playing a great game tonight.
Yeah, Parker Jones on the sideline still. Hasn't played as much at safety. You got to think he's not 100%, but Connor's filled in, and that's the depth of this team. Seth Flowers just harassing the quarterback here as the pass is out. Oh, dear. As the runner gets to the opposite side of the field and scores. That is Brody August there. Took about a 5-yard dump off, similar to what Aiden Murray did earlier in the game, but then was able to make one Valor defender miss and then took it to the far side of the field and scored, stretching the field for about a 10 to 12-yard touchdown reception. And it is 56-27 with 1:43 left, third quarter. Knights just have not been able to put away this pesky Bellville Faith team, and the offense looked back at their roster from last year. Bellville, they lost some seniors. They lost some offensive firepower. Obviously, in a combined state record game, both teams had a lot of offense last year. And as this kick is blocked here on the attempt, Knights able to get in there and block it. So the attempt is no good. But anyway, to finish what I was saying, I mean, just some turnover for Bellville Faith, but ultimately they've still had a decent offense this game, just haven't been able to finish drives, and the Knights have taken advantage of that and hold a 56-27 lead as we play here late third quarter, 1:43 on the clock. Coach, what are you dialing up for the Knights here on this offensive possession? Are we thinking some pass, some run, or just a solid kick return, maybe break it open?
Man, you know my philosophy of life, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Let's go deep. Bear Grismer, one of those receivers, Connor McFarling, Duke, James, Bennett. It's working. Let's keep it going.
Indeed. You heard it from Coach Nas there. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So we will see what the Knights have here. They've done a great job on offense, as we've talked about so far in this one. But I want to give you a couple quick facts about Bellville Faith. As a school, they opened in 1994 as an elementary school. They had their first graduating class in 2003, and today they have over 340 enrolled students. So they're thriving, as are the Valor Knights, as this onside kick /squib kick is fielded by Duke, and he returns it to near midfield for the Knights. They'll have to go about 43 yards or so for a touchdown. But Bellville Faith been around since the 1990s, early 2000s, and the Knights obviously started 2014, and they're thriving as well. So glad to see two schools that both the Knights, both blue, but both have built strong communities, and great to see that. And probably the biggest crowd, we've said it a couple times, probably the biggest crowd we've ever seen for a Valor Knights football game out here at Paul Tyson Field on the homecoming weekend for Valor, the Legacy of the Night celebration at halftime as Bear goes deep. It is incomplete. A bit of a low throw there to Bennett Herman streaking down the far side. Good coverage there from the cornerback for Faith Academy. I believe that may have been Jackson Dunn out there at corner, so playing both sides of the ball. Also Kelton Golly out there as well. So several DBs making strong plays for Faith Academy, as now Bellville was not set. They were not ready for that play. Valor snapped it quickly, but it appears the Valor Knight may have moved prior to the snap. So a false start comes on the Knights, and that'll back it up 5 yards. So second down and about 20 upcoming as the Knights play from their own 34-yard line. Bear takes the snap, drops back, has time, slinging it deep. It is Matthew Schlappe with the catch. Oh, he breaks a tackle on the far side. He's loose to the 10 and into the end zone. Touchdown, Valor. So just about a 10-yard out route to Matthew Schlappe, and he takes the distance after breaking a tackle. And a great play there for the Knights to respond on offense.
8th touchdown of the night for Bear Grismer. He's just throwing it like he's one of those NFL quarterbacks, Ben. What a night he's having. Receivers are getting open. This is fun to watch.
It is not quite the offensive shootout we saw last year, but still a fun one. 62-27 our score here in this one, as it is not Matthew Schlappe out there to kick. Following the touchdown, maybe a little bit tired. It was a great touchdown, a reception there, but it is number 10, Danny Smith, out there to kick. He was out for a good chunk of the beginning of the year with an arm issue, but he's back now as the backup kicker. Kick falls a little bit short, however, and is no good. So 0 of 1 there for Danny, but the Knights still get 6 points out of the drive regardless, and that's a successful drive. Score with 1:18 left, third quarter here at Paul Tyson Field. 62-27. Valor holds the lead, and it's coming down to it. This is the time of game where if the Knights could get a stop and a score, you're looking close to a mercy rule situation. Back up to 35 is the lead. Knights defense just trying to get a couple stops together, string them together, and it's gonna be a hard-fought battle. But Faith Academy has not given up. They could have given up after seeing those drives not come to fruition, but they've kept fighting like a true Knight would for both sides.
Yeah, you know what's interesting, Ben? Not a lot of turnovers this game, and so I'd kind of draw something up for the Knights defense. Let's get an interception, force a fumble. Let's get something to hopefully close this game out.
Yeah, last week it was interesting. 5 turnovers forced by the Knights defense as this kickoff goes out the back of the end zone, and we were talking. I was talking about it on the broadcast. I mean, that was a great defensive performance. I think 3 interceptions, 2 forced fumbles in that one. I believe the Knights had a forced fumble today, but only 1, and that just hasn't been. It's not characteristic of this Knights team. And it's not appear we have Parker Jones does not look like he's out there for this play, as it looks like Duke is out there at safety. Moses Barley out there, looks like, as well. So something to keep an eye on. Yeah, Parker on the sidelines. Hopefully he's okay. Still suited up, still has the helmet on. So maybe he'll get back in, maybe not. But he's the leading. He leads the team in interceptions, and he's not out there right now. So that could be a key why. Here's a run. Luke very close to a tackle. Moses Barley also misses a tackle before the ball carrier brought down with a 10-yard gain to the 35, as that will take us inside of a minute to play here in the third quarter as the Knights, the Valor Knights on defense, the Bellville Faith Academy Knights on offense here, and they're attempting to go down score. Valor wants a stop to try to break this game open. A 35-point lead for Valor. 62-27, 40 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Maybe have one or two more plays left, depending on what Bellville decides to do here, as on second down and about 5 following the 10-yard gain. Here's a pitch. It is Stark. Josh Stark running. He's got the first down.
Ooh, big hit.
But a big hit there from the Knights secondary. Moses Barley playing in there, getting some snaps, some reps at that linebacker / safety position. He comes up to lower the shoulder and a big hit, but it was a 5-yard gain, and all they needed was 5. Brings up first down and 15, and it looks like both teams will be content to take this to the end of the third quarter.
Moses Barley, great hit, great attack on the football. Way to go, big fella.
Indeed. Short buzzer there. You can hear it a little bit. And with 0 seconds on the clock, third quarter, we're about ready for the fourth. 62-27, Valor holds a 35-point lead over Faith Academy of Bellville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. This is Valor Knights Football.
We have two very special birthdays today. Miss Abby Reynolds and Miss Kenzie Delaney.
I heard it was somebody's birthday. Yeah, PJ Penn a birthday song. Yeah, today is your birthday. We gon' say it loud. Today is your birthday. I know something.
Fun moment there from Mr. Hoagland on the PA, and the Knights cheerleaders and the whole crowd helping celebrate a couple of birthdays here on this homecoming night as some songs break out. And that's really fun to see the whole Knights community celebrating each other, and this team as well showing out. Probably the biggest crowd for a Knights football game in their young, about year and a half history as a varsity program. Second down and about 10 following the first down play. Leaves about 9 minutes and 30 seconds here in the fourth quarter as Bellville Academy out there on offense trying to drive and go score. Looks like they have Dylan Oliveira still out there at the quarterback position. Junior takes the snap. He's going to go deep, yeah, as Coach said. And that is a contested catch, and he caught it. Oh, my goodness. That's probably the third or fourth, truly contested catch where a receiver just had to go up and get the football. And who was it? Jackson Dunn again, just high-pointing the football there and able to get it inside the 10. First down and goal from the 5, from the 6 is where they'll spot it. And Belleville's really had some of those big plays where they've just been able to make a big strike down the field. And we'll see if they're able to punch it in as they trail by 35 right now. Knights defense just a couple plays away from just ending this game, but just haven't quite been able to get over the hump and stop them to end it.
Yeah, Ben, this kid, Jackson Dunn, he's a stud. He's been playing well all night, making some big plays.
Yeah, here's Oliveris taking off. He slides, kind of a weird slide, but he's in the end zone. Did have a flag there right after the snap. Maybe looking at an offsides. Yes, we are. So offsides on the Knights. They will likely decline it. And this should stand as a touchdown. So if it does stand, it would be 62-33, as we do have an offsides penalty that is declined. And so Bellville Faith Academy scores again, 8:31 to play. The Knights' lead is shrunk to 29, 62-33, and Dylan Oliveris is going to try and add 2 more with the kick. So the quarterback also serving as the kicker, double duty here for the quarterback. Here's the snap, the hold, line drive kick is good. So snuck it through there again.
Little unorthodox form,
Yeah.
Ben, but hey, it's going through.
Yep, as we've said several times, the scoreboard is what matters at the end of the day for these games. And 62-35, our new score with 8:31 to go in this football game. And so far tonight, I mean, just looking back at the stats, Bear, 6 passing touchdowns. Connor with 3 receptions for a touchdown. Matthew had a reception touchdown. Duke also with 2. Luke had that electric return for a touchdown. Matthew 7 of 7 on kicks. Duke with a rushing touchdown. I mean, you look at the stats, just up and down the lineup, production after production. And we've had a couple, I mean, there's been some guys that need to step up in this game who have mainly been depth pieces that have stepped up. I think Moses Barley is one of those guys that have really come out and played well for the Knights en route to a lead that they hold right now of that is 27 is the lead now, and so the Knights just trying to extend that and keep pushing it ahead. But just a really good performance for both squads tonight. And we've said Bellville Faith, I mean, they're probably 3 plays away in the red zone from putting 3 more scores on the board, which is a 2-score game. And I mean, that's very close in 6-man football heading into the 4th quarter, but ultimately have not been able to do that. Here's the kick. Duke takes it. He fields it, and he's going to try and stiff arm a defender up the sideline, and ultimately goes out of bounds. Looks like maybe a flag on the far side. Also a man down at midfield for Bellville Faith. He will, it looks like he's going to stay down. So we will take a short break. We'll step aside. We'll be right back. Knights lead 62-35. Cheerleaders trying to get this crowd hyped up, and they've done a good job of that tonight. This crowd getting hyped up all night, and this Valor Knights squad has responded. They lead 62-35 with 8.5 minutes to play in regulation. Bear Grismer leading the unit out there. See Seth and Duke lined up on the edges of the formation. A lot of times Bear will motion a one in. That's what he does here with Duke. Pop pass to Duke. Duke to Seth. Here's some trickeration. Seth around the edge. He's got a burst of speed up the sideline. He runs past a man. 30, 20, 10. Nobody within sight of Seth Flowers. And the trick play works to perfection. And you wonder why Coach Bird was named a midseason Coach of the Year. He's done great things with this program, but also his play calling really, really good. And there just saw a trick play, and it worked to perfection.
Yeah, love the trick play. Bear out in front with a good block to free Seth.
Yes.
To free Seth, and boy, Seth put on the jets on that one. It's fun to see Seth run.
Yeah, that's probably, we've seen 2 of those moments in this game. Luke on the kickoff return, and then Seth there, just that acceleration around the edge where they're just able to get it and just go and turn on the natural ability. And they've done a great job, this whole team has, as Matthew gets the kick away. That was very close to being blocked. Credit Matthew out there for knocking that one through. And he's now up to 8 of 8 on PATs here in this ball game. So he's 8 of 8. Danny Smith 0 of 1. So 8 of 9 total for the Knights. And that extends the lead 70-35 now. Back up to a 35-point lead, Coach. Feels like we keep getting down 27-35 in that range. But the Knights just looking for a knockout punch on defense here. And then maybe they could go down and score. But we'll see what they're able to draw up here.
Yeah, Ben, you know what's interesting, just thinking about it, have the Knights been stopped on offense at all tonight? I'm trying to think.
I think it was once. I think there was once in the first half where they got to the red zone and came up a little bit short. But, yeah, I mean, both teams have gotten to the red zone. I mean, we've seen that. Both teams have moved the ball. But ultimately, it's been, can you finish?
Yep.
And that's what we've seen, both teams with big plays. Can you finish in the red zone? And the Knights have done that more often than not, and Bellville just hasn't.
Yeah.
And that's the difference.
Yeah, it has seemed to be really easy for the Knights this half in terms of offensively scoring the touchdown. So let's see if the Knights can close this out and get some momentum. A little lethargic on defense. Let's put up a good defensive stand here.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see a stop here as really this Belleville offense has looked really good in the second half. I mean, if they could have finished a couple drives in the first half, we'd be looking at a really close game here. Still feels close. It's just the scoreboard doesn't say that it is. And so we'll see if the Knights are able to finish it out on defense. Here, 1st and 10 following the kickoff from their own 35. It'll be 1st down and 15 for Faith Academy. The Knights take the snap. They're going to go with a trick play. This is Jackson Dunn looking. Now he's going to throw it back to his quarterback, and the pass is incomplete. Intended for Dylan Oliveris. They tried a very similar play to what the Knights ran with Seth Flowers a minute ago, but ultimately couldn't get the edge like Seth was able to, and ultimately the pass fell incomplete. Now it looks like we've got an issue on the sidelines, maybe clock. It could be clock. But it looks like Coach Kelly relaying the information to Mr. Hoagland, who's got the mic, as we hear now.
Referees are asking, who has a whistle up here?
Mr. Hoagland says somebody has a whistle, is what the officials are asking. But I did not hear a whistle other than the field, but I can see how that would be distracting. But we look here, and looks like we're about ready to get back to play. But that's interesting. That's a first. You never had a stoppage of play for a fan
whistle.
having a whistle. But you see something new every time you come to a game across all sports. I mean, baseball, football, basketball, I mean, the whole 9 yards. As Oliveris looking to throw, Cannon Smith with pressure. He's coming, and Cannon just got beat. And here comes a flag at the end of the play. This could be blocking the back. It looks like it's either blocking the back or holding. So this play will come back as Oliveris with a really strong run there. He was able to beat Cannon Smith on just about a dead-out sprint. You just don't see a lot of guys that can do that.
No, I was surprised. I thought Cannon was going to get him from behind, but Oliveris turned on the jets and got outside.
He did. Ultimately, though, it does come back. The penalty will bring it back. So 2nd down upcoming. 2nd down and 14 from the 37 is where this football will be spotted. Looks like we've got 7:51 on the clock. 70-35. Valor leads Bellville Faith. Bunch formation here. Oliveris in the shotgun. Takes the snap, pitches. This is Stark. Stark trying to find a crease in the defense, unable to do so. He does get about 3 yards, and Josh Stark does a good job to get that. But it brings up 3rd down, and we'll give him 7 or 8. 3rd down and 8, we'll say, upcoming here as Seth Flowers back in for Aiden Murray on the substitution front. This is a big down. Another 3rd down opportunity for the Knights to do something on defense. As Coach mentioned earlier in the broadcast, just haven't really had that many turnovers, forced fumbles, interceptions in this game. Something the Knights defense did great last week. 5 forced turnovers last week between fumbles and interceptions. That's not even counting turnovers on downs. Here's the snap. Oliveris looking. He's going to go deep, and he's open. Catch is complete. Brody August with the catch makes a pair of Knights miss. Bennett Herman out there on defense in the secondary ultimately wraps up the ball carrier, but maybe a zone there for the Knights, but another soft spot in the defense that Bellville Faith has found through the air. Done a good job of that so far in this one. The lights are really on, a lot of colorful lights at the HOT Fair across the street, right next to the old Paul Tyson field, or the grounds of where it used to be. We are at the new one, built about 3 to 4 years ago. This one really, really nice. Much needed improvement. And it's fun to see the fair out there in full swing with a lot of lights, rides. You see the Ferris wheel glowing, and just a really cool atmosphere. Lights have taken full effect here at 9:30 p.m. We're in the 70s. Great atmosphere for football. Olivares airs it out. Corner of the end zone. Incomplete. Josh Stark was the intended receiver, but good coverage there. Looks like Luke Curtis at the DB position had himself positioned well to break that football up. And it brings up 2nd down and goal from about the 10.
Yeah, Ben, it's tough to finish out ball games when you're up by a lot of points. Defense doesn't look to have a ton of energy out there, but Coach Bird, he preaches finish games strong, and he wants to see these Knights play with all their heart to finish this game off.
Yeah, he does. He's got a high standard, but 5-0 on the season. It's worked for the Knights coach, obviously, with an award under his belt through the year already, so he's done a great job with this program. Want to say thanks for tuning in. Ben Brown and Coach Nas with you from the booth at Paul Tyson. But Cannon Smith and Seth Flowers wrap up the ball carrier in the backfield for a loss of 1 or 2 yards. And it brings up 3rd down and 12. Another red zone opportunity for Faith Academy here that they're trying to get a touchdown out of. And with 5:45 and counting on down to play in regulation, this is a key down. Obviously a 35-point lead for the Knights. You never want to count anybody out, but it certainly feels like a breaking point here in this ball game. 3rd down and goal from the 12. But Faith Academy's offense has moved the ball well enough to they have not been 45'd yet, and they've done a good job in this one. Olivares steps up, dancing. He's got time. Cannon Smith coming, and he wraps him up. Seth Flowers came in at the ankles. Cannon Smith came in at the head, not the head, but upper body there to combine for the sack. And it brings up 4th. They may give him a yard there, but a strong tackle for both of them. Brings up 4th down and goal from about the 11-yard line here. See Cannon out there on D. Also Seth, Connor, Bennett, James, and Luke. Luke's done a nice job at DB. Also had a return touchdown on the kickoff for 6. And Connor steady as always at that linebacker position. Olivares pass is incomplete. Looked like tried to swing it out to his running back, but it falls down to the ground. Incomplete. And the Knights finally get that much needed stop we've been talking about. And the score remains 70-35. A 35-point lead for the Knights. Be interesting to see here if Coach Bird tries to go boom, boom, boom and try to score, try to 45 them, or if he likes to just run the ball. Maybe to choose some clock and get out of here with a dub. We will see. Certainly a myriad of options here for the coaching staffs.
Ben, what do you think he's going to do?
I think knowing Coach, he may throw in a jet sweep, throw in a Seth run up the middle, maybe play action. He's not going to go conservative in any way, but he's going to make sure they keep gaining yards. Here's a dump off to Duke. Duke turning on the speed. He's up the far sideline, one man to beat. Oh, and he got tackled inside the 30. That was a great tackle for Faith Academy as Duke took the swing pass and almost took it to the house. Very close to a 70-ish yard touchdown grab there. Instead it goes for about 30, but you'll still take that. And that he stayed in bounds, will move the clock. But this Knights offense doesn't look like they're slowing down anytime soon, and maybe we've got our answer. Maybe some short passes underneath that he's just going to let his athletes do the rest as Bear drops back, dumps it off. Bennett, same play. Flag in the backfield. Bennett stiff arms a man. Oh, that was filthy. And he's down to the 1-yard line, but they come back as a penalty in the backfield. Bear remaining there. We've got holding on the offense. So a strong play, strong run there for Bear. But Bennett rather. Bear had the completion, but ultimately it does come back from the holding penalty. And with just under a second under 4 minutes left in regulation, here as we play fourth quarter, Knights going from left to right here at Paul Tyson Field. The ball will be spotted on the Bellville 36. Knights need to get it to the 20. As it's first down and long, about 26 yards they need for the first. Bear looking deep, and that is James Hoagland into the end zone. Haven't gotten to call his name much tonight on the offensive side. There we do. It's a touchdown for James, his first of the game receiving for James. Bear up to 7 passing touchdowns on the night. He's really had that deep ball tonight, and the Knights have gone back to it over and over. I mean, you look at the list of guys who have scored in this game. Matthew with his kicks also had a touchdown. Duke, Connor, Bear, Luke, Seth, James, a lot of different guys that can hit you with 6. And Matthew trying to add 2 more here, and Knights have just done a really good job of that all day. As the kick is up, line drive, it sails through. 9 of 9 for Matthew. This is probably his best kicking game of the season, and probably of the junior's career too. Obviously only a year and a half under his belt, but with 3:51 to play, the Knights extend the lead 78-35. This is the biggest lead the Knights have had all game, as they have a 43-point advantage now. Really need a stop and a score, and this game would end. So we will see here for the Knights what they're able to do, as the Knights are getting set to kick it off here as Matthew Slappy gets the ball, going to put it on the tee at the Valor 30. That's where he will kick off from. I want to say thanks for tuning in here on this Friday evening. Ben Brown and Coach Jared Nazarian with you live from the booth here at Paul Tyson. And Coach Nas, great to have you on the broadcast. You've done a great job. And here's an onside kick that bounces, and the Knights nearly got it. And it looks like they may not have. That was a great kick, and it looked like there was somebody there who just maybe over-pursued a little bit too much. But what have you thought of this effort so far for the Knights, as it looks like it's going to be Bellville ball?
Yeah, Ben, this has been a great game. You know, mid-season game, 6th game of the season. You want to see your team playing hard, but also have room for improvement. So I think the guys are going to go back, take a look at the film, and be content with what they've seen, but also see some opportunities to improve.
Yeah, they're going to be content, but also hungry. And you know, they're going on the road to Jonesboro next week. As far as rankings go, they're the best team the Knights look to have played all year. Probably up there with Prince of Peace. Now it's a 1-score game for Valor. So we'll see what happens on the road next week. We'll be on the air with you for that game from the road next Friday night. Here's a run up the middle for limited gain for Bellville Faith Academy. And as they trail by 43, looks like they may just elect to try and maybe run this clock out. They're going to try and break some runs big. They did that in the first half, but certainly looks like they may not be airing it out as much as they were. Looks like Mr. Knoyer informing the crowd of some, is that the award that Coach won?
Yep. He just made an announcement to the crowd about Coach Bird's award.
Here's a rollout for the quarterback. Throw incomplete for, that actually was Jackson Dunn throwing, not Olivares. And pass fell incomplete, brings up 3rd down. But yeah, Coach Bird winning the award, midseason Coach of the Year from Dave Campbell's Texas Football. Is right up about Coach. You can go read it. Very reputable source, Dave Campbell's Texas Football. Great to see Coach Bird getting some statewide recognition there for his work with this Valor program. 3rd down and 13 upcoming from inside their own 30. Bellville Academy with 3 minutes to go. This is Olivares rolling. He's in trouble. Now throws. Pass complete to Jackson Dunn. And he is very close. And he gets a secondary push to get the 1st down. As his teammates came in there, saw Wyatt Davis pushing just to give him some of that extra effort to move the sticks. And with 2:42 to play, the clock should be running. The officials are signaling for it to run. but it is not running, and we'll see if there it goes. 2:38 and counting on down for this ball game as we play in the fourth quarter. 78-35. Valor has the lead.
I'll tell you what, Ben, I've been impressed with Jackson Dunn all night.
Yeah.
Great athlete, playing hard to the very end of the game.
He's been good as Brody August, another senior, gets the carry here for a solid gain, about 5 to 7 yards there on the run. And it is brings up second down and about 8 upcoming here with about 2 minutes to play. As see some coaches on the sideline coaching up their players. Now it does appear we have a 2-minute warning, so maybe a 2-minute warning in the second half. The officials timeout. Yes, so a 2-minute warning in the second half. 1:59 to play. And yeah, I mean, as we're getting set to wrap this one up, it's been a really nice effort from the Knights. Haven't seen the defense come out with as many turnovers forced as we did last week. Saw 5 forced last week, but still a solid effort. I mean, holding a team to 35 points. I'm going to look, but I believe that's the second most points a team has scored against the Knights all year. Prince of Peace scored the most at about 60 there in that first game. But this is a good Bellville team. I mean, they're 2-2, but they've really moved the football. I mean, you almost, I mean, you don't feel bad for them, but you almost do. I mean, they've gotten into the red zone probably 3 or 4 times, had opportunities to convert and just haven't. I mean, opportunities that they just missed. And I mean, at the end of the day, that's what can separate a good football team from a great team, and that's what we've seen tonight.
Yeah, you may see this Bellville team later on in the playoffs.
Yeah.
This is a good team. They should learn some from this game tonight.
Yeah, I believe this will give them confidence looking at the film. I mean, they've done some good things tonight as Oliveris scrambling off his back foot, fires complete. Looks like Stark, he's headed for the sideline and now turns upfield, or not Stark, that's August rather. But it does appear he got out of bounds. Well, they're going to run the clock, so it looks like he was inbounds rather. So 1:35 and counting on down here in this game, brings up 3rd down and 7 upcoming. Probably a 4-yard gain there, we'll say, on 2nd down for the Knights of Bellville Faith Academy. So no, we haven't had any scoring records broken in 6-man football, but a lot of that was towards the end. Both defenses, you could see last year, were just fatigued. And but in this game, both defenses have improved. I mean, we've seen that. Both offenses have improved too. Just both teams better, I think, this year than they were last year. Bellville did come out with the win last year. They may have lost some production, but I mean, they're a good team. Just haven't maybe put it all together quite yet. Run goes for enough to move the chains. A 8-yard run makes it 1st down and 15 from the 23-yard line. The Valor 23, 50 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. Oliveris alone in the gun, takes the snap, now blitzed, fires deep and incomplete. Luke Curtis had coverage. Pass intended for Josh Stark, the senior, wearing number 2. And, I mean, as we look at the opponent in this game, I mean, the amount of times we've said Jackson Dunn or Josh Stark's names, I mean, they're impressive. I think Jackson Dunn has had some catches that we did not think he was going to be able to catch. But, I mean, he's been really impressive for the team. And then Dylan Oliveris, Jr., I mean, he's had some good throws. Maybe weren't necessarily reeled in, but he's also had some completions that are hard throws. I mean, that's a good quarterback. This is a good team. They just maybe need to take the next step and put it all together. 2nd down, Oliveris scrambling, pass complete. Now running back middle. This is August.
Good tackle.
Yeah, good tackle there as Luke Curtis tackles him and then tried to help him up. Brody August not having any of that as he wants to keep the competitive fire. With 20 seconds left, though, Valor's going to call a timeout. So maybe Coach Bird wanting to talk with the officials. So that's why he called the timeout. Otherwise, Bellville might have just let the clock run out. But Coach wanting to talk to the official about something, as now the entire team will huddle. And we'll see what Coach Bird elects to do here on defense with a 3rd down and about 10 upcoming for Bellville Faith.
Yeah, been interesting time out there from Coach Bird. Not exactly sure what the mentality there was, but interested to see what he was talking to the official about.
Yeah, I'd be curious to know. But with 19 seconds left, probably have a couple, maybe 1-2 more plays left in this football game. 3rd down and 10 upcoming as we will take a look at who's heading out there. Duke, Connor, Moses Barley, Bennett Herman, Luke Curtis, and Cannon Smith out there on the field for this defensive set for Valor. So with 19 seconds to play, 4th quarter, Valor leads by 43, 78-35 the score. Bellville Faith at the Valor 16-yard line, looking to score and end this game on a positive note. Oliveris alone in the shotgun. Knights looking to send pressure. We'll see who they bring. Cannon comes, Duke comes. Oliveris slings it deep, back of the end zone, and incomplete. Pass was intended for, I believe that's Jackson Dunn. Hard to tell the number, but Bennett Herman had good coverage in there. Also, I think Moses Barley in there as well. And it's 4th down and 10 upcoming. 12 seconds to play. If they convert, probably the last play of the game. If they do not, Valor probably have one play on offense, likely take a knee. But as we just about wrap up this game, want to say a great shout out to this crowd coming out here. It's starting to trickle towards the exits, but a great crowd here on hand. Maybe the biggest crowd we've seen for a Valor football game in their history of about a year and a half here at Paul Tyson, as that's going to end on a positive note for the defense. 8 seconds left, a sack for Cannon Smith, and Duke in there as well with pressure, and that will be enough for the Knights to go ahead and probably take a knee to close this one out. As the score 78-35, the Knights will take possession in their own territory. And we'll see what Coach elects to do here. See Bennett, Bear, Sam Grismer, Connor, Duke out there. Knights will have one more. It looks like Luke Curtis jogging out there as well. And here on this homecoming weekend, this homecoming night, the alumni came back, and a great turnout here. And it looks like we'll see what the Knights elect to run here as they line up in a standard set. Bear will take a knee, and that will do it for the ball game. Coach Bird and the rest of this crowd clapping as the Knights win, as there's the buzzer. 78-35, the final score. Valor defeats Faith Academy of Bellville, getting revenge for last year after the Faith Academy Knights won last year in Bellville. The Knights said not again as they win here in Waco. As we wrap up, let's award an MVP. There's a lot of them that you could go with. Bear, 7 passing touchdowns. Duke, 3 total touchdowns. Connor, 3 total touchdowns. But what do you say about Bear with his 7 passing touchdowns?
Yeah, I'm right there with you, Bear. Not only the 7 touchdowns, but he was just on tonight. His spiral, he was throwing dimes. Just a really great game. I'd be interested to see just his pass completion percentage tonight. Great game, Bear, MVP. Yeah, so we'll give Bear Grismer the MVP here in Game 6 of the year. It is a 6-0 record for the Valor Knights as they improve to that mark. Bellville falls to 2-3 as Jake McCormick up here to say hi as he's celebrating the homecoming festivities here on this night. But Coach Nas filling in for him, did a great job, and we will see if who we'll have next week heading to Jonesboro. We'll see if we can get Jake along for the ride on that one, or if we'll be riding solo. But next Friday night in Jonesboro, the Knights will look to keep their undefeated streak going at 7-0. They are 6-0 currently, looking to make it 7-0 next week. Want to say thanks to all who made this broadcast possible. Want to say thanks to Jeff and Bethany Brown for their continued support of my endeavors. Also Colin Witt, Derek Smith helping with technical expertise as well. I want to say thanks to Coach Nas for coming out here to do some color analyst work. Great job on the broadcast tonight. For all of them, I'm Ben Brown saying thanks for tuning in tonight. Final score is 78-35. Valor takes home the dub. Good night from Paul Tyson Field.